every... What day is it?
Tuesday?
Tuesday night! His ghost returns to wreak his horrible vengeance.
Oh, but tonight's Tuesday night!
Then he'll be coming.
Fade in.
We're the fun suckers now. We suck the fun out of everything. Halloween, the Oscars, childhood, Twitter, comedy. It's like woke kids on campus decided to be all the worst parts of a Southern Baptist.
Morty, do you know what the Bechdel test is? The what? For God's sake, Morty, the formula for measuring female agency in a story proposed by lesbian cartoonist Allison. What the hell are they teaching you in that school? Why is lesbian part of her job title? Oh, now you're progressive?
Pronoun trouble.
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Problem solved.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for him.
An unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, look, they wrecked. Yeah! It's going to dim real quick, and you're going to need another fix. Someone else to put down. Someone else to down thumb. Someone else to comment. Someone else to snide.
Oh, you people you're so stupid! Ah! So...
Is that like a personal attack or something?
The goal is not really to promote Star Trek and to use our platform,
You think I don't know the real reason Jacob Kane won't put a bullet in her?
What are you talking about?
That if Alice weren't white, she'd be dead. If Alice weren't white, she'd be dead.
Shut the fuck up.
When we look at cancel culture here at home, we see those efforts to cancel or silence those that they don't want the people to hear from.
So when you go to the store and you buy a piece of meat as a white person, you are actively taking away a piece of meat that could be being enjoyed by a survivor of ancestral slavery.
When I hand a brown child a white Band-Aid, I am literally adding insult to injury, and I refuse to do that in my classroom.
Wake up! We're the fun suckers now. Enjoy the show.
Green lights, baby. Let's go.
Say, kids, what time is that?
Tonight's Tuesday night!
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hello, hello.
I'm traumatized from all the yelling.
I told you.
Interesting clips, man. That's a lot of interesting clips. And the Band-Aid thing, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is Quarter Black Garrett collects all those on his Twitter account, so I see them every once in a while.
She's got a really easy solution for the Band-Aid thing. They make character Band-Aids. Buy some friggin'
well, that's how it
Band-Aids.
actually started. She has a brown Band-Aid, and
they have them, so give the brown Band-Aid to the brown kids if you want.
that was her point. I just took the one part where she.
Oh. But they have characters way more fun, you know.
I agree. I got SpongeBob. Band-Aids.
Exactly. SpongeBob, Disney
Dora the
Princesses,
Explorer. Yeah.
Avengers. All kinds of good ones.
There's a lot to get to. I don't know how long I'm going to last. I'm kind of on fumes, as is Jude. So let's go around the horn and introduce everybody. Right over here. I got it right.
Well, now I'm screwing it up.
Now you're screwing it up. Look at that. We're bookending the one and only Stacy Wasey. Stacy, how are you?
I'm muy excelente.
Well, muy excelente.
Yes,
I need some of that energy.
Yeah, can you give us some of that energy?
I think it's probably like the
excelente.
9 to 10 hours of sleep I get a night probably helps.
Probably end up with 4 or 5 tonight.
Anyway.
Back from how are you, Pete? Boiler Pete is back after his
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, it was unfortunately minutes before we were going live, so it was kind of a I got something better to do here. So
yeah.
no.
Sorry,
That's rough. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, thank you very much. No, it's been I'm not gonna lie, it's been a rough week, but here I am.
Here you are.
Well, welcome back, Pete. And the person below me would know exactly how that feels because just 3 weeks earlier you lost.
Yeah, Baxter died, I think 2 months ago, maybe. And I had him for 19 years. I actually had him the week I moved out of my parents. Somebody told me you can't live alone; you got to have a pet. So then I got my cat Baxter, and he was with me for almost 20 years.
Wow.
And he went through like 5 moves. He's been through everything. And
on things.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
So
man.
yeah, no, I mean, when you're with an animal that long, I mean, I mean, I haven't been with people that long, but I've been with an animal that long. You know what I mean? I mean, girlfriends and friends come and go, but yeah, he stuck it out, and yeah, it's I understand what you're going through, Pete. It was
Yeah, it was yeah. He was sick for a while, so I got to see him deteriorate, which was so much fun.
That's what happened to Hermione last year, and it was weird because Hermione was kind of getting through, and then all of a sudden, wham! Like 2 weeks, she just right.
Yeah. It's sad though when like he had a physical, and I didn't really. I mean, I knew he was in a bad way because he was really skinny, and same thing, Pete, he was sick. But you don't realize it when you bring him to the vet. You think he looks fine, and then the vet looks and he's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, exactly.
I was getting vet's face was like,
I was
okay.
getting the weight reports and watching her drop from like 17.
Yeah, I was
17,
getting that
13,
too.
12,
It was
10,
just
6. You know, it was bad.
Yeah.
So you're in denial, but at the same time, it's best for them, and they shouldn't suffer.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, I understand you, man. Many years that I lost my dog that I grew up with. So.
And the voice behind the hockey mask is none other than Jace from FiveFortyStudio. How are you, Jace?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for inviting me today.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'd like to be here.
I thank you for reaching out again.
Yeah, of course, dude. I'd love to be here. Last time it was really fun, so.
Hopefully it can be just as much fun. The news isn't as fun as last time.
Yeah, no.
Some of it's fun. Some of it's not.
Yeah, some of them are stupid. Some of them are fun.
And some are just straight up bizarre.
Yes.
I kind of want to take last week's episode and just put like stills to it because I wanted to see like when he was talking about stuff. I was trying to picture all this stuff in my head.
Well, it's funny. He used to have a presentation that went with it, but he searched high and low and couldn't find it.
Oh.
Well, I mean, the last time he presented that for me was like 2009.
Oh yeah, who can find anything?
Or 9.
I love it a lot.
Yeah. So let's get to it, shall we? This came to us from Six, who's in the chat. Hello, Six, modding our.
Glad to be seen, Six. By the way, thank you very much.
Here's the Six.
Oh, my stamina is questionable tonight. It is. It is for sure. Somebody got the chat. Anybody got the chat? Like that?
Yeah.
Receptionist excluded from pizza order at work wins $32,000 in court. I want to do this. They can leave me off the next lunch order at work because.
So let me guess. She didn't. They ordered pizza for the office and she didn't get any, so she sued and she won.
No, it's a long. It sounds like she was probably not a big. She wasn't very popular where she worked.
It doesn't look like
it.
it.
Was many years. Yeah, she sounds like people try to avoid her.
Gotcha.
Yeah, a receptionist who was not included in office pizza orders has gone on to win over £23,000, $32,000 US dollars in compensation after a tribunal described her experience as a campaign of victimization.
Tribunal. I love that word.
So now we can just go somewhere, and if people don't like us, we can and they, we can instead of getting ourselves out of the situation or being nicer to people so they like us, we can just sue them for not liking us now.
That's the world we live in, right?
We're all screwed.
Where were the tribunals when I was in grade school?
Right? Who can we sue? Who can we sue?
Yeah, man.
The ruling of the Employment Tribunal said Malgarzada Lewicka, who worked at a car dealership before being laid off in January 2019, had been deliberately excluded from Pizza Fridays, as reported. What about Taco Tuesdays? Did they include her in Taco?
I know. I was just going to say that.
Maybe.
Maybe
Managers at Hartwell Ford, a dealership in Watford, UK, would ask staff which takeaway food they'd like to order every month, and this included pizza or other fast food options. Luika told the hearing on April 15th, 2021 that she was not asked what she would like to eat. She explained other employees were asked, but she was not asked if she wanted to order food or participate. Luika told the hearing that this occurred after she accused one member of the staff of sexual discrimination back in 2018.
Of course.
The colleague was investigated following the complaint by Luika. Hartwell found that no gross misconduct had been committed, and the colleague was issued a written final warning. Luika had also complained about her working hours and her pay. Yeah. After this took place, Luika was not invited to the company-wide lunch, which took place on the last Friday of every month. She revealed to the court. Hartwell claimed that she was not invited to the lunches because she was a part-time worker finishing daily at 1 p.m. Well, 1 p.m. is like lunchtime.
Oh, hail to Chris. Good friend of mine.
Hey, Chris. Welcome back.
Isn't this kind of like the Milton character in that movie Office Space? Where they're passing the pieces of cake. Remember they did like something. Somebody's
Excuse me, I did not get a piece of cake.
Milton, pass it along, and he's like, no, next time I didn't get a piece, and then he doesn't get anything.
Yeah.
We all know how that turned out, though.
Yeah, that's right. She might burn the place down.
So the judges also stated, we find that her exclusion was victimization, which continued until around the time of her dismissal, as she was let go of the job, of course. The court also heard that some of Luika's colleagues would not speak to her and would hang up on her if she picked up their call. Wow. Yeah. Hartwell said Luika was laid off because her position was to be performed full-time. Judge Jennifer Bartlett ruled she received less favorable treatment as a part-time employee because she is a single mother, and this amounted to sexual discrimination. She said Luika, as a single woman with childcare commitments, has suffered a disadvantage from Hartwell's requirement that service advisors work full-time. Namely, she was selected for redundancy and dismissed. She was awarded the $32,078.31 American for the loss of earnings and injury to her feelings. So just remember that on Pizza Friday, gang.
Make sure everyone's included.
You too could be a victim of Pizza Friday
and get $32,000.
I wouldn't mind to get that much money.
Yeah. So I think what you have to do though is start complaining about everything. So that
But you wonder, but it was it because she was complaining so much that they were like staying away from her and didn't want to deal with her, which really isn't the smart thing to do. I mean, you have to kill people.
You know how office politics work.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
She probably she levied that discrimination suit against somebody very popular, I'm guessing, and the whole office turned on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Who knows?
I know. Who knows? You're only getting one.
All we do know is she's a victim, and she cashed in on it. And
Man, she cashed out well on it.
Right.
That's like
I don't even know what to say, dude.
It's like when McDonald's didn't put hot beverage on their coffee cups, and some lady decided to spill it on herself and sue them.
Well,
there was more to that story, actually.
Okay, that's all I know. But tell me, what's the?
They turned it up way beyond boiling, like on purpose, and gave it to this
on
woman.
Purpose.
Yeah, no, I'll look it up. I'll look up the story and tell because there's way. Because I used to always think like such bullshit, like so many things have come from it. There's more to it. I'll look it up and I'll share it with you.
I think she needed skin grafts, and
there's way more to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to sue my Keurig because I got burned by it today. So
I'm going to sue all the bitches that were mean to me for no reason when I, was working in school.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who were those?
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of them. Mostly girls I would work with them places. Girls who just didn't like me. I don't know.
Not when you were in college.
No, not. Oh, maybe like when I worked little jobs here and there. Not at college. No, there were people actually.
I see.
There's always people that don't like me.
I'm a little slow today.
I guess I can sue the guy who didn't want to sell me the Cara Dune figure.
They're going down in price because now they're out in the wild again.
They're out in the wild.
And we might have something might happen. We might Mandalorian
We
2.
get there in a second, but first
why
we
I'm
just
not
have
doing
to
it.
laugh at this headline because it's freaking funny. Gwyneth Paltrow broke down and ate bread during quarantine.
What?
Yeah. There's no other reason I put this in other than it's freaking hilarious. Because
I thought it was
how is
normal
this news?
bread, but okay.
Did somebody throw it in their backyard? She came out and started pecking at it.
The Gorilla Glue woman, yes. Yes, Christian. There you go. That's a perfect example of, yeah.
They have some special news out there.
Six says, I hadn't read that whole article, but I was expecting them to mention she was overweight and didn't need to eat any more food. Wow.
That's funny.
Nice.
If that woman's watching this, she might come after you now, Six. Careful. So, Pete, did you see this?
I know which one you're filling up.
There's always a Doctor Who story for Pete.
Oh boy!
Like,
I saw that. Yes, I did, and I was like, "Not John Barrowman."
Like, what is he thinking in this day and age? What is he thinking?
Okay, what has happened? Because I haven't followed when it comes to Doctor Who.
John Barrowman, who returned to Doctor Who as Jack Harkness last year, apologizes for his behavior on the show's set during his original run, while working on its spin-off series Torchwood, amid allegations against fellow Doctor Who star Noelle Clarke of sexual harassment on that show's set and others. A 2014 clip of Clarke humorously recounting how Barrowman would expose himself to members of the sci-fi show's production resurfaced. In a statement provided to The Guardian, Barrowman admitted to tomfoolery, but said he wasn't aware of Clark's alleged misbehavior.
Tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery. Yeah.
What does that actually contain? Tomfoolery.
Well, first you drop your trousers. Clarke was contacted by The Guardian backup accusations against both Doctor Who stars, but characterized Barrowman's behavior on set as larking about and joking compared to Clark's more predatory actions.
Yeah,
about.
Yeah. Noel Clarke was basically he would make comments like he likes women with longer hair, so he has something to grab on during sex.
Ew.
Wow.
Yeah, whereas apparently Barrowman was just kind of like, yoo-hoo!
One runner who worked on Doctor Who during the era in question recalled Barrowman's behavior. He would get his genitals out on a regular basis. He'd just sort of have his balls hanging out his trousers or something, which he thought was really funny.
Yeah.
Well, I can say it like this: if this was in Norway, we wouldn't even care.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not
as long as you don't mind me taking a ruler and
No.
whacking you.
We have that humor. We have that humor. It's like normal humor here in Norway.
What, to hang your balls out of your pants?
Yes, a lot of stuff like that. We just don't care.
It's a friendly gesture.
It is a friendly gesture.
It's like a handshake.
It's like a bump. You could bump them, right?
But like Norwegians always say, it's nothing is gay before balls touch.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, well,
we'll leave that for another time. I used to work at a place where they would do that. The guys would do that a lot. I remember this guy. He came out of the bathroom. He's like, "Oh my god, I caught a mouse in the bathroom," and he's got his. It goes like this. His dick's in his fist.
Yeah, I knew a guy who would tell stories about how when he was in college, he'd put his wanker on his watch and ask a girl to tell him what time it is, at a bar. So fucking gross, though. Seriously.
Yeah.
If you put it out there, you're setting yourself up for it to get punched or something. Seriously.
They made a whole
you
Seinfeld.
put your junk in near me, that something's gonna happen to you. Just so you know.
Remember, they made a whole Seinfeld. Remember, he took it out.
Oh, it. Yes.
Maybe it needed air.
A little presumptuous.
Yeah.
Puppet in the popcorn.
Different times back then.
Puppet in the popcorn.
And speaking of the past and better times, this album came out my senior year in high school, and it was like legend. The White Snake, 1987 album. And were you even alive yet, Jace?
No. I wasn't, but my dad knows about this. So
yeah. Tony Katane, who was in a lot of movies and TV shows, but was never more famous than for slithering across the hoods of cars in these White Snake videos. She passed away. When was the 8th or the 7th? When was that?
4 days ago.
Friday. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, no cause of death, but she had a drug problem.
Yeah, it says she was on like Dr. Drew's celebrity rehab
She
show.
also had a lot of plastic surgery done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but she was also married to David Coverdale, right?
She was. That was during the time they were dating when they made the album, and then they got married shortly thereafter.
Yeah, I would think it's probably something to do with drug related. I would imagine. It makes the most sense.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
She was like an 80s hair band, like babe.
You're echoing. Yeah, she was iconic. She was actually on the cover of the Rat album.
That's right.
1984. And it's just funny because every girl in high school wanted to be Tawny Katane. You know, she was just it was bizarre. It was kind of almost Kardashian-like, where she didn't really do anything at the time.
Famous for being famous.
She was just slithered across the hoods of cars and big star, and everybody wanted to be her. So
that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. But you know, here we go again on our own. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Excellent.
All right, it was lame. It was lame. Stacy, you
Yeah.
confirmed it. It was lame.
No.
Your reaction confirmed that was awful. An awful pun.
Sorry.
So, got another music story here. Thought of you, Jude. This is insane to me.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, we talked. I thought, didn't we? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
last time we talked about it, Iron Maiden was on the outside looking in.
Right.
There can only be 5 inductees, and it's by vote or whatever. And Paul Stanley came to their defense, saying, "This is insane. Like, how could you not? How could you leave them out?"
Yeah, that I do agree with.
And
It's
she did porn, Mr. Londell. Oh,
Near porn.
oh,
Soft-
soft porn, like Skinamax movies.
Probably.
So Iron Maiden finished 4th in the fan vote for this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction class. Tina Turner led the fan vote with more than 585,000 ballots, while Nigerian Afrobeat pioneer Fela Kuti, maybe,
Sounds right.
came in 2nd with more than 545,000 votes. The Go-Go's and Iron Maiden both trailed first place by more than 150,000 votes each. Coming in 5th were the Foo Fighters. So, it is called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it's amazing how many rock and roll bands have trouble getting in there.
Yeah,
Well, it's
so
expanded
weird.
since the inception, you know.
Well, it should be called the Music Hall of Fame. To call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and then
Yeah, I
exclude
guess.
rock and roll bands is kind of bizarre.
Well, the Hard Rock Cafe has memorabilia from all different genres
know.
of music as well. It's just like a generic term almost.
It really is.
I remember when I was in Hard Rock Cafe in Norway and they played Lady Gaga and stuff, and I was so annoyed.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
No.
It's
But hey, at least they're getting in, and
at
I'm
least
glad
it's not
they-
country music.
Oh,
Oof.
what's the matter, Stacy? Is your pickup truck misbehaving or something?
I'm gonna sing about my whiskey, my beer, my horse, and my truck. One long song that never ends.
Whenever you're ready, we'll just sit back and listen.
No.
Well, I am halfway from a place like that, so I know.
It's everywhere. It's like a virus. Sorry. I'll be walking through like Home Goods, and all of a sudden I feel my face making this, and I'm like, oh, country music is playing. Like it just happens without my awareness sometimes.
Like I would say, if it's like old real country about
Old
real
real
stuff,
country is
like,
fine. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
the new school. Every song sounds like
Yeah,
the
that
same.
is-
Like I love
Yeah.
Southern rock. I love Southern rock.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's that new stuff where everything sounds exactly.
Oh, it's so bad.
Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash.
For
it
example,
hurts me.
Lil Nas X or whatever, when he made that country.
Oh my god,
song.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's so terrible.
Christian, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Country pop.
Old
country, yeah.
country I'll listen to for sure.
I call it corporate country because it's like corporate pop music. It's just
Yeah, it's pop country.
Yeah.
Pop country, yeah.
Where all the men write about how much they love their girlfriends, and all the women write about how they're gonna how he's a cheating bastard and they're gonna go key his car. And
I don't know, I think the guys are more singing about their horses and their beer
And
their
trucks.
trucks.
It's all about trucks.
Well, the women come in there somewhere, but no, I don't. I haven't listened to enough of it. It's just whatever. I'm like when I'm in the dentist chair and they're playing it, I'm like being tortured. I completely turned it off. I'd rather listen to John Denver.
It makes the dental pain less painful.
Oh
It makes
no,
the
it's
music worse.
yeah,
Right?
I'm not even noticing. Yeah, my tooth out, I wouldn't even know.
We've come to the
Hey,
Star Wars.
something's missing in this here picture.
Yeah, this is awesome. So, we didn't say this last week because we let Jay have the floor and we talked about Star Wars days gone by, and I'm hearing that damn echo again. Chat, are you hearing the echo? Because if it's just me, I'll let it go.
I don't hear anything.
Okay,
I'm hearing it.
Then I'll let it go. Maybe I'm just on a delay. So
I can
this
mute
was the
myself.
official Star Wars Twitter post for May the 4th be with you, and seems like it's a little light on characters somewhere.
Yeah, they removed a lot of the sequel stuff.
There's
Can't see
nothing
that.
from the Disney sequel. There's actually nothing from any Disney Star Wars in here.
So
Which is a good thing.
Now, Christian Jones here is saying that it's actually cropped.
It is.
Oh, really?
Oh, there's an
and it's edited. They have actually edited a little bit.
But they posted it this way.
But they did. They posted it this way.
This is from the Star Wars. Here, I'll back out. It's from the official Star Wars Twitter. They put it up.
They just edited and cropped it a little.
Okay. Well, you know what? Then it's still it speaks volumes for where the thinking is over there. I think right now.
Well, this is on the Star Wars.
Well, Ahsoka's
Twitter,
in there,
not the Disney one, right?
Yeah,
Is it-
she's in there.
Did the Disney do the
And the
extended
Bad
one?
Batch. The Bad Batch is also.
Yeah, that's true. The Bad Batch on the bottom. What's that, Jude?
This is from the Star Wars Twitter, though, not the Disney one. I'm curious to know if
from the
Disney.
official Star Wars Twitter.
Right, but it's not from Disney. It
But
is
Star
Disney,
Wars.
but it's Star Wars.
part of Disney now.
The official Star Wars
Yeah.
account. I mean,
So maybe people that are they're changing. There's something going on.
there's something going on.
There's
And
definitely
we have a
something
couple
going
of stories right now. It kind of all starts to come together a little bit. So just before we came on, I watched Doomcock's latest video, and Doomcock talked about this. So this book here, it's from 1992. It's an expanded universe novel, Heart of the Jedi, and it was being sold on Amazon, and it made it as far as 37th on May 9th, which was 2 days ago. And so it made it in the Amazon top 50. But the thing is, it was not an authorized release. It was just printed and put up. So, so it got removed, and people can guess why. But the fact that it sold, it made it made 37 on the top 100 Amazon list.
Wow.
Right.
It smoked anything from the High Republic.
Yeah.
So what Doomcock is reporting, and again, it's rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but he says he's been told by his informants that he has running around at Lucasfilm that this book being released on Amazon, that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni were behind it, and it was to prove to Disney what Star Wars fans really want. Now that could be totally fabricated, who knows? But either way, whoever put it out was trying to prove a point, and the point was proved because it totally smoked. And now it's going on eBay for like $500.
Wow!
For the people who bought this off Amazon, they're
So
selling.
it will be honored, like if the people that bought it will be honored, even though they took it. off.
No. It's people who already got it. It's
Just already got it, really?
Yeah. This is an out of print book. It's been out of print since.
No, but so if you saw it up there, you ordered it, would you still be getting it? I wonder once, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Probably
so
not.
if I ordered it yesterday and then they took it down after
Right,
I ordered
would
it,
you still
probably
get it?
not.
Probably not. I would
Probably
imagine
not.
they would, and I didn't have time to read the article here, but
But it's so sad, man, that they removed the book.
Yeah.
I was too late, and that's so sad.
yeah.
Maybe that'll make an impact, though. Hopefully, right? I mean, in the
Yeah, I
positive.
really hope so. I really want that book to make a big impact because it outsold High Republic and a lot of other Disney crap. So
Yeah.
Right.
I'm wondering though if it wasn't fitting in the canon because it says here, I was reading a little bit about it. It was meant to be the first book in a trilogy taking place immediately after the destruction of the second Death Star.
It's part of the EU, the extended
Right.
universe.
And
They decanonized almost immediately after Disney owned it.
Yeah, once Disney bought Star Wars, they decanonized they killed the extended universe and said it never existed. That's what they said.
Well, that's what they did with Clone Wars, right? And then they restarted it again.
I think Clone Wars, they never decanonized it, but
I think there was a big gap between like the first few seasons and then the last, wasn't there?
No, Clone Wars took place between episodes 2 and 3.
No, I bet when the episodes came out when Disney bought.
Oh
Star Wars,
yeah. They stopped production.
They stopped. Stopped. That's what I'm saying. They stopped producing them, and then they started again.
Yeah, there was
That's
enough.
interesting.
They had like a lot of the season already done.
Okay.
And they just they wanted to make money, so that's why they finished it up.
So I see your thing there, Jace.
Yeah.
So 6 says she looked at the official Disney Twitter page, and the only mentions of Star Wars on May 4th was Bad Batch, prequel trilogy, and original trilogy. So there's a concerted effort to stay away from that sequel trilogy because it's hot gabaggio.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this.
Oh,
is the
there it
original.
is. There's the.
There it is.
Yeah, the original.
Oh, wow.
So you see, they moved Bad Batch or
Okay,
over
yeah,
there.
they moved
They
it.
removed.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Ahsoka. Oh, and they moved Yoda.
Right.
Yeah. So
But
it's
it's
the
still
original.
it's still interesting that they decided to do that. They could have put this up, or they could have put out 3 tweets with different sections of it.
True.
Yeah, they still could have put the sequel trilogy front and center.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, which you would think they would do, have like Rey real big, and then kind of like what they did on Star Trek Day when they had what's her face, Mikey Spock, all huge, and Kirk's like way in the back. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what's really funny though, and I see this all the time with Star Wars. Anything that they said was non-canon, they always steal the characters from what they say is non-canon to canon. Like General Admiral Thrawn,
right?
He's from books that are not canon, but they put him in.
That's basically what Mr. Lundell says right here. It's now Disney needs the EU to pull their asses out of the fire. Irony's a hell of a thing,
right? So they're constantly stealing from those books that they just decanonized.
Yeah, and also funny that they are like stealing a lot of stories from the EU, just make it really bad.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody saw this. This was crazy.
Oh yeah, we talked about it on my podcast.
Yeah. So on May the 4th, the Star Wars Day, and here's the tweet because they took it down. And
yeah, I saw that because I saw the original one, and I was like, yeah, there is something missing. And it's like, and it disappeared, and boom.
So again, official Star Wars account says to celebrate May the 4th at Lucasfilm and at Disney Plus, commission artists from around the world to create unique illustrations that represent the Star Wars films and the original series. Check them out on Disney Plus with a link to Disney Plus. And there's this picture of Rey and Kylo Ren. But wait.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's the original.
Wow.
So why would they do that? I mean, he's in between them. He could fit in here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they took a beating on social
media. It seems like they forget how big he was actually in the movie, though. Like he was a
How
big
could
part
they-
of that movie.
He was the most likable character in the whole movie.
Oh yes.
He has spent like the last 8 months talking about how Disney has slighted him and how they screwed him over and they tokenized him and they turned his character into a bumbling idiot. Like he's been in GQ, he's been all over the place complaining about this.
Yeah, they destroyed his character.
A lot. And so what do? They do it again?
Yep.
Again? Disney can virtue signal all they want. They are just
And it's so funny when they say they are not racists and they do things like this. Everything they did with him and Rose.
well, and then I have the training manuals that leak there, the Coca-Cola style. So, just to refresh everybody's memory that this has happened to him before. His poster.
Yep, in the Chinese.
The one on the right here is the Western poster for North America.
Which I don't understand. I mean, it's the internet. You know that when they do stuff like this, it's going to be viral. Like it's like you can't hide it from everybody. So it's going to go up somewhere.
It's
if this was pre-internet, I get it.
I think this move. Think back like that rewriting Ripley thing, and it had people from Lucasfilm, like signal boosting and signing off on it, and maybe even contributing to it. And it's by Raylos, right? So they gave the Raylos what they want. They gave the Raylos their poster with Rey and Kylo, the happy couple.
Yep.
So weird.
They gave him their Ray Love
Forced
poster.
love.
So they took a beating, and you know, they they actually had to swap in. They swapped in this image. They posted it back up, and they put it. And then they put Han and Chewie in there, who they'd already photoshopped out too. And I can see why that doesn't look anything like Harrison Ford, but it's
really bad drawings.
It's a fan poster, but yeah, it's just wow.
Yeah.
On Star Wars Day.
Yeah, I mean,
Poor guy, dude.
You just, who makes these decisions?
And he haven't played in that much things either after those movies. It's been like some small things, but it's not been a lot either. So I would say that a lot of his career is dead after
You
this.
think he's typecast?
Ooh, John Boyega?
Yeah, he was in. Yeah, you're right. He hasn't been in a lot.
He was great in Detroit. I don't know if you've seen the movie. Detroit.
That's a great movie.
Isn't it great?
I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet,
it's a really good movie.
Really good
but
movie.
I saw the Pacific Rim when he was in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what his IMDb is.
Still trying to kiss China's butt is right. And the
he hasn't been in much. You're right.
No.
There are a lot of people that haven't been in much. You know?
No, I know, but I mean,
yeah, considering the current climate. Why does this dude keep popping up with Captain America on all these stories?
He loves you.
Does he really, Stacey?
Yeah, maybe.
Did he tell you that?
We have a special thing ongoing.
This
he's
comes
winking at
from
you right now. He's
comicbook.com, Adam Barnhart. Mandalorian reportedly pushing Gina Carano for Emmy Awards consideration.
Yep.
I saw this. Yeah.
So this is interesting. So her toys start making appearances, right? Now they're supposed to be pulled. Now I'm guessing that the ones that are popping up in Walmarts and at Disney and all this stuff are actually like
overstock.
Right? They were in a warehouse or something, right?
Well, Norway sent them back.
But this is interesting. And Doomcock's video today also said that he was told by two separate people that Gina was spotted on the set of Book of Boba Fett. So, why would you go visit your office if you've been fired?
They want to do it as a gotcha. She's back.
Well, no. Well, there's some interesting. Yeah, you'll have to watch his video. I don't want to speak out of turn or anything. And of course, it's all rumor and hearsay. But he's saying that Jon Favreau has been playing 4D chess with Kathleen Kennedy and the rest of Lucasfilm Story Group, and they're on their way out. And it's going to like her contract's up in October, and they're basically going to like give her all kinds of accolades and awards and kind of
send her off.
She's going to
give her a golden hand.
It's like severance pay or severance.
Like a golden handshake.
Right. Except that one of her final acts is going to be to make peace and bring Gina back. That's what they're saying. Anyway, so here's the here it is for your consideration. Lead actor Pedro Pascal, supporting actor Giancarlo Esposito, Tamara Morrison, supporting actress Gina Carano.
Yeah,
interesting.
I know a lot of people didn't like her acting in the show, and I loved it. And she deserves it.
But here's what's interesting because they put guest actor like Ming-Na Wen. And even I would say Katie Sackhoff have had just as much screen time as her this season. There was not a lot of Cara Dune in season 2.
Right.
And there was just as much of Fennec and Bo-Katan.
I mean, I think she fit in her. I think her role was perfect. I think she fit in with the cast. So she was a strong female character.
Well, right. Cool. But what's interesting is they could have nominated Ming-Na Wen or Katie Sackhoff or both as supporting actress.
Yeah.
But they have just as much screen time as Gina.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that they nominated Gina.
Yeah.
Like are they trying to mend fences here?
That's what it looks like to me.
I don't think everybody was happy with that decision that Disney made.
God, no.
So there's definitely people that are probably like, there's no way in hell she deserved this. She deserves something more. Are you sure it's her acting? Well,
I'm with you, Mr.
I wouldn't say no. How long's her hair, by the way? Oh, sorry.
Gina's? I just now got that.
Can I?
She did have an interesting tweet. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if you guys saw that one. It's not Gona Carano. Oh my god, I can't type.
Gina.
No, if he was back, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind
Well,
it.
it's either vagina or it's pronounced
Virginia?
Gina. I don't
Virginia?
know. No, vagina is spelled Vagina, so it's either a vagina or Gina is pronounced Gina. I don't know. But then Tina would be Tina. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm trying to find it now. Boy, here it is. Here it is. So she tweeted this on a couple days ago. I'll check the date after, but she says, "Start making room for what you prayed for because it's on the way."
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Redemption.
And that was May 2nd.
And everyone was praying for her to come back.
Right.
But if she does
This
come
is what
back,
we're
it's a
using
good
our
thing
prayers
for
for.
her. It's a good thing for her, but if I was her, I wouldn't go back because how they treated her. But that is me.
Well, I'm sure she wouldn't be going back because Disney kissed her ass. I'm sure it's probably because Jon Favreau asked her to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jon Favreau's been stumping for her from the minute it happened. So
Yeah, but The Mandalorian was such a great success. Of course, they're going to cash in on it. I mean, that's their show right now. That's
But
leading
Kathleen
the pack.
Kennedy is willing to burn the place down because she isn't getting her way.
But if the show's first place, people are going to be like, "Go, keep doing what you're doing." Right?
You know, if it's true that Favreau and Filoni fronted the money or whatever to get those books published and sold on Amazon, and you just start looking, like, you got to start racking up the losses here, right? How many L's is the story group going to take at Lucasfilm? It's loss after loss after loss. At some point, Bob Paycheck, as Stacy likes to call him, is going to say, "We're done here."
I think so.
Oh, you're
It's
costing us too much
coming.
money.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it is coming. I think that Kathleen's hubris, her fatal mistake, was getting rid of Gina.
Yeah.
That was it. The blowback has not stopped. Even that Oscar video she made about strong women got taken down and not played at the Oscars. Like she's been shamed into oblivion. And according to Doomcock, she's on vacation until the fall.
We'll see. Time will tell.
There's a reason why people are drinking classic Coke and not new Coke. We need to go back because no one likes new Coke.
Yeah, except Bill Cosby.
No, we will see. We will see what happens, and like I wouldn't mind Favreau to like be the head boss of.
He's too creative. He's
I
too
don't know if
creative
he'd
of a
want him-
person. He wouldn't
Yeah, I
want.
don't think
that,
he'll want
but-
to. He doesn't want to be an admin.
Nah, he doesn't need to, man. That guy can do. He does everything.
Yeah,
and
he could do
he's not
anything
going
right
to be
now.
held back by a title like that. That position.
Yeah, he'd rather be a creative person and have somebody else,
Absolutely.
an office manager.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Sorry about that.
And what's really funny is if you ever see any of the behind the scenes stuff with him, you see he has a complete passion and he's a fan of what he's writing, whether it's comics, Star Wars, whatever.
Chef.
He's not
But
just
when you saw him in
Chef and
Mandalorian,
his passion with cooking and all of that.
Right.
Like, he's
I
an
mean,
intense dude, man.
He's right. He's into it. He's not just
Yeah,
like,
he
oh,
is.
I'm just doing this because.
I mean, also when you saw
Yeah.
Mandalorian, he used like some small weapons and other stuff from the EU. Like he looks like he does care about the EU.
Absolutely.
So
Well, Filoni does.
Yeah.
And Filoni's part of that creative team. So
Well, that's what I think. Like, Favreau he was like, this is the guy right here. And that's why they teamed up. Like, he picked the right guy to be on a team with,
Absolutely. Yeah.
because he's smart. He knows,
well, and then the people he put to direct these things, so Deborah Chow and
Right.
and Ron Howard's daughter and what's her name, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yep, yep.
What's his name, Rick? I can't think of his name now. Rick. Anyway, and Taika Waititi, like he put really creative people who love Star Wars.
Right.
You can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He
I'm
didn't
not
go
a
get
huge
Ryan
Star Wars
Johnson.
fan. I love The Mandalorian. Like,
Rick
I mean,
Fukuyama.
they were great. It was entertaining and good, and it was a fun story. So
No, and that's awesome. That You were you a Star Wars fan before the Mandalorian?
I mean, I was a little kid and I saw Return of the Jedi and loved the Ewoks, you know, but I wasn't like a hardcore I mean, my boys liked Star Wars and we watched it, but I was never, you know.
And you were never there.
I wasn't like a hardcore fan, but I really love the Mandalorian.
But the fact that you are a fan now means that he did his job perfectly.
I'm definitely more interested. Yeah.
Now we just need that with Star Trek, and
I have found the solution to Star Trek. It's called the Orville.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I've seen a couple of the movies and I liked, and I used to watch when I was young. My stepdad used to watch it.
The Orville is Star Trek.
That is the only Star Trek basically we have now.
Yeah. It's Star Trek. It's like a Star Trek cake with Galaxy Quest frosting on it.
Nice.
Yep. It's exactly what
It's a good show.
It's phenomenal.
Show.
It's I'm watching it going, now why can't Alex Kurtzman get this right?
So it's called The Orville or just Orville?
The Orville.
And it's
it's in fact I've watched a whole bunch now. PJ's bringing me on his channel because I know what I'm talking about. So
So this is like a show, right?
Yeah.
The Orville?
It's on Hulu.
Man, it's only one I don't have.
Well, there's only 2 seasons right now, and you can watch them in like a week. So just sign up.
No, I need to get. I want to watch handmaid's tale and Shrill, so I'll be getting it soon for like a month.
It's $5.
You got a Fire Stick?
It's $5.
I pay for. I'm good.
$5. So this started this whole. This is interesting. This happened Friday. Netflix cut ties with the Golden Globes organizers over inclusion issues. So
yeah, I saw this.
They and a lot of people were upset with the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, the group that puts together and hosts the Golden Globes. They found out that they're not very inclusive at all. They have 0 black members. Yeah. So Netflix. Ted Sarandos at Netflix, and actually more people that same day started to pull out. And then we had this happen yesterday.
Yeah.
Golden Globes canceled. NBC said, you know what, right here. This is what's interesting, though. Damn it. You guys are in production, Pete, Stacey.
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
So. Have you done a lot of videos for non-for-profits or charity organizations?
This is what I was going to talk about too.
Can't say that I have.
No, can't say that I have.
Okay. Stacey, I think you've done a few with me back in the day, right? They love to cry like poverty, that they don't have a whole lot of money to pay for the production and whatnot, and then they
sounds like every client, Keith.
Well, no, but then they get into their $80,000 Porsches at the end of the day and drive away. So it said they have a real problem because hit by a savvy campaign by the Time's Up on the eve of the 78th Globes in February, a trio of HFPA brass tried to mitigate events by taking to the stage and promising to increase representation and adopt policies of great inclusion. Now, what's interesting, and this is where you're probably going, right, Stacey? Where is it?
The bonuses and the travel expenses?
The Time's Up charities.
Oh no, I didn't see this part.
Time's Up charities are pretty fraudulent themselves. Star-studded Time's Up charities spend big on their salaries, little on helping victims. Yeah. And I know someone, and I won't, say their name or anything, but was injured very badly in an accident. She was changing her tire on the freeway and got hit by a car. And the United Way propped her up and got her through it, and then billed her for the money back.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, they wanted half the money back.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm not saying all charities are like this, but a lot of the ones I've dealt with have gray areas. We'll just put it that way. So, when you're going to give to a charity, just make sure that money is actually getting to its destination.
Yeah.
You see things
you
like
can
this.
look it up. Yeah, you can look up.
You can. And I'm not surprised when you see things like this because like I said, I've dealt with them. I've made videos for them. And yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's funny that my point was going to be more like they're saying it's because of inclusion issues, but it's funny the way they've spent all this money, especially as a nonprofit. I think it's more about the money, and it is some of this other stuff too. you know, like Scarlett Johansson had an interesting take on it about how like she'd get these like really gross questions asked by the Hollywood foreign press that were just like inappropriate and just they're disgusting. So it's obviously full of a bunch of certain kind of people.
Well, you know, and like Mr. Lundell likes to point out all the times too, is you know, a lot of these studios are pandering to China and whatnot. And, you know, that China doesn't like certain kinds of people. So you have your Hollywood foreign press and happens to be devoid of people of color. Well, China doesn't like people of color. So it's kind of funny because this whole thing to me, well, let me just go through these quick headlines because the Golden Globes getting canceled is not really surprised anyway when your viewership sinks to a 13-year low last year, losing 2/3 of your audience. And then we had this year's Oscars plummet to all-time low, 10 million, below 10 million. The Emmys dropped to all-time low last year. The Grammys, all-time low. So, do you see a trend?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think part of this, and it's ironic because like they're scrambling to get like super woke, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, the normal people sitting at home are like, we're tired of your woke. We don't want to watch this anymore.
They were saying something online that Twitch could do an award show and get thousands of more people than anyone.
What I want to see them do is air like the Plumbers Association Awards.
I've said that too. People that do like the real work in America.
Well, every industry has an awards night, but the only one we have to watch is the actors who like to sniff their own farts.
Yeah, the ones where people are making millions of dollars and living in mansions and
tell the world how they're stunning and brave because they took a role that made them like do something they're not used to. Or
my life is falling apart. I ate bread.
But the issue,
right, there you go.
But the biggest issue is that they live in a bubble. They don't realize that, you know, there's anything outside of that bubble besides them. And most of my entertainment now becomes from Twitch and other YouTube. I listen to more pop culture YouTube streams now than I do anything else.
Well, that is very true. And YouTube,
I'm always eavesdropping. Yep.
And there are stories out there about how people are turning to alternative media and like YouTube.
Yeah.
And there was a.
Speaking
I gotta
of
find
which,
a
hit
clip.
that subscribe button. Hit like.
There is a clip. I'm trying to remember whose channel was on. Might have been Eric July, but he there was a guy on CNN one morning about 3 or 4 months ago, and he said we've got to stop these YouTubers. They're getting more eyeballs than we are. Right on CNN, and he said to the host, he said, "There's more people watching YouTubers than watching our show in the morning." And it's true. So, hey, well, you know.
Well, unfortunately, they're trying to sensationalize it even more because of that instead of giving real news. I don't think they're really getting the point.
Oh yeah,
why people are turning away because like so now they're doubling down on like the sensationalistic bullshit.
Well, exactly. It's like, you know what? Stop spinning bullshit, and people will watch again. And I mean, they walked right into it. The Project Veritas nailed them. Got that director admitting, yeah, we're fake. We're making shit up.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to think that we're all talent here, but we're not being bought and sold, so we could say whatever the fuck we want.
Yet.
Yeah.
I'm not
Speak
selling
for
out.
yourself, man.
You haven't sold out
I'm
by
not
30. You don't
selling
have
out.
a
No,
brand,
not
man.
you. Not yet. I'm saying not yet.
Soon there'll be products behind me.
Never.
I'm just looking for the money truck.
Yes, Mr. Londell. I love Handmaid's Tale, FYI.
Oh man.
What the hell?
No money truck.
Shit.
All right. Well, we'll keep trying. Oops. I meant to do that.
We're going from actors to athletes.
I'm not calling
now.
myself cheap or anything, but I'm cheap. I'm affordable. We'll put it that way.
Actors, athletes, they make just as much money.
No, I think this is funny too.
Athletes put their like bodies
That's
at
true.
risk.
Well,
It's a little bit different. Oh, I mean, some actors do too, but it's a different.
Yeah, like Tom Cruise, but NFL ratings, the NFL draft outdrew the Oscars. They had 12.52 million viewers on a Thursday night. 2 million more than the ABC's Academy Awards telecast on Sunday. ESPN had the largest share with 6.48. ABC brought in 4.19 and NFL Network 1.85. But it was down from last year. But
That's a question. How is NFL American football in Norway? Is it popular?
I don't know, dude.
Really? You never see it on television?
Dude, I don't watch TV, dude. I haven't watched TV since I was probably 12 or something. I was like used PC.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I stopped watching TV, and most of my friends doesn't care about sports in general. Like same with me. I mostly just watch MMA, boxing, and stuff like that.
It's interesting too because the NFL draft collaborative in the demographic 4.16 rating, where we see stuff like bat whamming at 0.1. So yeah,
Don't remind me of that bad show, dude.
and it's amazing because the NFL draft is basically football teams picking a college kid to come play on their team this year. Like you're just watching like
6. No, we did not.
No, we didn't mention it, but yeah, I heard that. That's
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
Yep.
Yeah, he gave back his Golden Globes because he's got
problems
with him
virtue
too. Yeah,
really.
Because who cares anyway? Like
Stacey doesn't like Tom Cruise.
he gives me the willies.
Yeah, he's a strange.
Is it because he's trying not to age? He's literally trying to stay young forever.
No, he's a Scientologist.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
I just read an article at one point. He tried to get Seth Rogen and Judd Apatow into.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of.
I know my dad
They're like,
always
no
had a
thanks,
problem.
we're good.
My dad always had a problem with him because when he like saw his body and how worked out he was, he doesn't have any shoulders. Like his shoulders are just gone, basically.
That's
my dad would
hilarious.
he just hated those shoulders.
It's kind of weird. I see dudes like that at the gym. They're like Diesel, but they have no shoulders.
Yeah, what can you do about that? You're just like they go down. Like I got extra. They can take some of mine.
I have big shoulders too, so
it's cool there, dude.
I actually there's a theater in Hartford, Connecticut, Glenzer, that they play Monday Night Football in the theater and it's free.
Oh, nice.
ESPN radio's there and they have giveaways and everything else.
That's really cool.
The Scientology church is right on Hollywood Boulevard. And it's freaking weird.
I've seen the photo. I watched some of that documentary with Leah Remini about the
Very
creepiness.
culty. But since we're on ratings, we can't go any further without checking in on our old friend.
Please, I swear we got to start.
That's whamming.
This is
still on. It's still going on. Like it's
Yes,
still
it
on.
is.
They did just recast Ruby Rose's character with a new actor.
Better.
So the original Batwoman is now played by a new actress, and she's like half her skin is burned off to like not have any tattoos anymore.
And it gets even better. They've added 5 more episodes this season.
Oh.
And then it's renewed for next season. And as you can see here, it's hit an all-time low. Oh, they got adjusted. It was lower this morning.
Watching this is like watching your Coinbase with cryptocurrency. It's like so volatile. It's like up, it's down, it's up.
It's 399,000 now. And they're still at like a 0.11 in the demo. So this thing is just 399,000 viewers.
Oh my god!
Well, how can you continue to make this? They can't be making any money on it. The advertisers have to be just like cringing at this point.
It's such a bad show, dude.
I've been tempted, but I haven't yet. So
are you really, Sex?
Once you're in, you can't get out.
That's why she's here, guys, to like kind of bring us in.
The best thing is about Bat Whammon is you don't have to watch it; just watch Az's reviews because they're even better. And
Az's reviews get more views than the actual show.
Wow!
Case in point,
they're close. He gets probably about half. Yeah, maybe 2/3. Yeah,
But it's still so funny. Like, Ruby Rose left it off the show, and they recast with a new actor, a new character, etc. And they, oh no, we need Kate back, so we're just gonna recast the character. And now she's back with a new actress instead.
Which gave them a little bump. They actually, the week they put that new actress in, it went up. It actually went up pretty high, which I still think is dubious. But then it just collapsed again. So I don't know. It's amazing that Superman and Lois are on the same network and made by the same kind of people. It's just bizarre. because they're
HBO
light
Max a
years
little bit-
apart. I mean, they don't.
Isn't like HBO Max a little bit part of the?
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, they are a
Jace,
little bit part of
that HBO Max is partially paying for it.
Yeah, with Superman and
Well,
Lois.
it's interesting that it popped up on HBO Max like 2 weeks ago. Superman and Lois did.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I would say that's the best thing they have at the moment on these universes.
Yeah.
So far, they haven't.
Knock on whatever this shit's graphite.
Well, I think Superman.
Knock on particle board.
I think Superman always does pretty good though, right? Smallville went for how many seasons? That show.
10.
Yeah,
10
it was
seasons. 10 seasons.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a long time to tell a backstory. Delta 6 is in the house.
Hello there.
Yeah, 10 seasons, and then they continued with some comic books. Like season 11 and stuff was like comic books.
That's right. Edson, how you doing?
Guess I just missed your bat whammon.
You did.
You didn't miss much. You didn't miss much. Just
Well,
like the show.
I have to say every week, I enjoyed Az's review as usual. So I look forward to this show.
Hey, Brady, how are you?
Did he?
It's another Connecticut person.
He also said that there's going to be a lot more episodes.
Yeah, they're adding 5 more this season, and then there's next year.
Sorry, guys. There was.
And Edson, you were all upset. You were like, "There's only one more to go."
I know. I was upset because I enjoyed Az's review, and I was like, "Yay, now more."
That's what Edson said to me last week. He's like, "I'm so bummed. Batwoman's got 1 episode left. What am I going to do without Az's reviews?"
Oh my goodness.
Seriously, I enjoyed that so much.
So we also know that in the Flash show, 2 of the main actors are gonna leave.
So I got to skip that story because you just blew that one. All right, hang on. Let me find it. Oh my god, I can't.
Since we're on the topic,
Actors who've been there since day one. Yeah.
Where is it?
Yep.
Oh my god, I have too many.
And rumor that Grant is gonna leave.
Yep. I heard that too.
Yeah. And you know what? Just cancel the show instead. But I have a feeling they won't. Because it's not about Flash anymore.
Oh, here it is.
No, it's not.
Man,
it's Iris, basically.
I know, it's the Iris West show.
Yep.
Yeah, so Tom Cavanaugh, he's already gone pretty much, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Like they killed him in the season premiere. And
he's like the best one. Those 2 are 2 of the best actors in the whole show. To be
I
honest.
agree. I like Carlos Valdez too, and I liked his character a lot in the first couple seasons. But
it was great.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah, once they made him vibe, it kind of went. But yeah, I mean, the show was once decent. Now it's crap. And yeah,
Like I
think,
liked it to like season 3, and after that, like around that season, it started to go a little bit down, and the rest just went downhill.
Yep. Yeah, after
it became the Iris show.
After she got stabbed by Savitar, it turned the whole thing.
Yep.
So I think Grant Gustin knew this already, and that's why or they told him.
He must have.
Because it's interesting. They renewed it for season 8, and now everybody's like, "I'm out.
Yeah. I wonder what they would do if like he leaves. Like, oh, Iris is gonna get the powers instead. She's gonna be a new Flash, maybe.
Just cancel the show.
Yeah, I know. Or maybe they will get Wally West back.
Yeah, I thought they had. I thought they had Kid Flash coming or something.
Yeah, and then they have the actor who plays Wally West who identify as a tree.
Oh,
that's right. That's right.
You had to bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says it depends on what day it is. One day he should be gay.
Sure, that's the way
next day he's straight. The next day he's a tree.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm with you, brightest day. Cancel the whole dang thing.
Yeah.
Hello,
like,
Legends.
I will say the
you?
only TV show that I do like is like DC Legends because they have Constantine. Because like he's the only reason I watch DC Legends now, because they got him back. And people seem to forget that Constantine is the whole start of this universe. That was the first show to the whole universe. So no, it's not Arrowverse, it's Constantine-verse. Because that's how it's.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it was surprising that they started with Arrow and they took that dark. He's basically Batman with a bow and arrow.
Right.
Yep.
Except that he murdered.
They just used to using Batman's story on everything there, basically, and it's annoying.
Yeah, except he murdered people, which was really cool because it was so violent. Those first 2 seasons were like,
Yeah.
Well,
Like
to be
season 1
fair,
and
it
2 I
wasn't.
think was the best ones.
It wasn't cold-blooded murder. I mean, it was, going after bad guys. But
he was basically the Punisher with a bow and arrow.
yeah,
That's what he
Yeah.
was. Yeah. It was so cool. And then that got all simpy too. So
Nice.
Zoe Kravitz.
Oh yeah, isn't she pregnant now too?
Is she? Have they ever?
I don't think that's true.
No,
I don't
just
think
heard
it
a
is
rumor.
either.
I
But
just
lot
saw
of
a
people-
photo of her. I thought a very recent photo of her, and she did not look pregnant.
Yeah. No, it's just a fun rumor.
I
is
thought
a-
this looked.
Ew,
I
not
thought this,
with shovel face.
I thought this looked awful.
Shovel face?
Yeah, Pattinson.
Shovel.
He just looks like he was hit with a shovel in his face.
Or he stepped on a rake.
A shovel.
This doesn't look like Catwoman at all to me.
Shovel face.
That's
I'm sorry.
a dumb picture.
It's a bad Catwoman look.
Yeah, what was it with her
Why
hair at
not?
the top? She's so beautiful. Like it's funny to make her look plain, or
Keep in mind, this is supposed to be like year 1 Batman year 1.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
So the costumes haven't gotten there yet.
No, that's
No.
not. And I
So-
think it was confirmed to be in Earth 2, if I don't remember wrong.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
that's
gonna-
all confusing to me. I don't even know.
Yeah, actually, oh my God, Mikey Sutton wrote a whole essay on geekocitymag.com. I was going to pull it up, but I'm like, we have enough tabs tonight. But he talked about it was a question of whether or not the Snyderverse is done, and he said the clues are right in front of your face that it's going to stay, and it's that and he said that the Batman is in Earth 2, and they can go ahead
Flash,
and make,
it's gonna be basically Flashpoint. So
and they can make whatever Black Superman they want, and that'll just be a multi thing too.
Right.
Or they're going to basically make what Zack Snyder's done, a multiverse thing, different alternate. So
I don't want to go see a movie if I have to do homework first.
Thank you.
I was going to say Pete always says that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
really?
I refuse. I refuse to do homework to go see a movie.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the
it's
thing with
not
MCU
clear.
a lot of times now. That's the thing with the MCU a lot of times now.
I don't know. I feel like you get more out of it if you know more, but you can still watch it and enjoy it without knowing everything.
As much as I loved Godzilla versus Kong, I have not read, and I really don't care to read the prequel comics that apparently you have to read in order to understand why aren't there any monsters around.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if it's that important, just slip it in there so we know. I don't know.
Thank you.
It's really
Yeah.
at the beginning, do like a little hey before this happened. Okay. And then
Yeah,
move
thank
on.
you.
Just have two of the scientists say, ever since all
Exactly.
were wiped out by
Or
XYZ.
someone doesn't know, and they're like, somebody asks the question, like, what happened to them? Oh, well, and then a quick little montage of
Precisely.
So easy.
Like I always have said, keep comics and stuff like that out of the movie franchise and just let them be movies, and let's enjoy it. We don't need a lot of backstory on comics or side stories in comics most of the time when it comes to movies. We have the EU, but you don't need to read them to understand the movies. You can decide yourself if you want to read them or not. But a lot of the movies we get now from, for example, Disney Star Wars or DC or Marvel, they you have side TV shows that explains other things to the movies. You have comics. It's you have so many things that it gets annoying. The Snyderverse also has comics with the characters, side comics. Yeah. Just stop doing that and let's focus on the movie. Just make everything you want in the movies. You don't need millions of side things.
I don't mind the different connections. It's just when it starts getting too convoluted and too,
Yeah, when it gets too much, that's what I mean. When it gets so much that you don't care anymore. When it gets too much, you're oh, I want to watch this movie. Oh, they talk about things I don't understand. Why? What's happening? Oh no, you have to go to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to understand that.
Yeah, but then people get pissed off or that wasn't exactly how it happened in the comic. I'm so mad now. I went to see the movie and that's not how it happened in the comic. And that's not how it happened in the comic. Okay.
No, none of the movie adaptations have ever been true to the comics. Not a single.
No.
Most books aren't true. Movies aren't true to the book. I mean, very few are.
Exactly.
So, and it's
Yeah.
like, because
Mm,
it's a different
that's what
thing.
happens. Yeah,
Read
that's
the
what
book.
happens when
Read the
you
book if that's what you're talking about.
adapt a story from one medium to another.
Exactly. It's kind of
You're
like
gonna lose
based
something.
on that. It's based
Yeah,
on it.
like
loosely
loosely-
based on
Yeah.
Captain
loosely
America:
based.
Civil War.
Pete, you were going to talk about the homework, weren't you? The Phase 4 homework.
Maybe you got that.
Is that what
into
you're
your-
doing?
Yeah, I haven't. I have noticed that. Yeah, especially with Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I haven't seen, that it started off with Sam being Captain America, and it ended with Sam being Captain America.
Sam wasn't Captain America at the beginning. He didn't accept it.
No, they're
He
in the
never
last
accepted
movie, he
it.
was. In the
But
last
he
movie,
did.
he accepted it, and so I don't. The entire storyline is completely pointless.
He accepted the shield. It doesn't mean he accepted being Captain
The
America.
role, yeah.
In
He
Captain
never
America
formally-
4, he's going to be Captain America. So as
Well,
far as
at
I'm
the end,
concerned, he
yeah.
accepted it.
Yeah.
Not until the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, that's when he like.
That
got
was
the
part
suit.
of. That's what the whole thing's about. It's about what led him to decide that he was worthy and he felt that he needed to be Captain America.
Right, but as far as the movies are concerned, in Endgame, he got the shield. In Captain America 4, he's going to be Captain America. That storyline is completely pointless.
Exactly.
I disagree. I disagree
because
because at the beginning of or the end of Endgame, like Steve Rogers gives it to him because he thinks he should be, but at that point, they're going to the point where Falcon Sam doesn't think that he should be.
Yep.
He doesn't know if he wants that role, and it's the journey for him from him going from that point to where he
it's
just
going to enhance it. It's going to enhance it, but you don't need to see it in order to in order to understand. Okay, Falcon is Captain America now.
Okay, I see what you're saying, but
What I don't understand.
entertainment.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
understand why we've had 60 years of source material and they got to adapt all the horrible comics from the last 4 years. That's what I don't understand.
Perfect. Yep.
Yep.
That's what I don't understand either.
I was never a fan of Falcon and the Winter Soldier that much.
It's going to get worse. Ironheart and all the other. It's going to get it's horrible.
The Marvels.
That name is
yeah,
from a
it's gonna
fucking porn.
I saw the trailer for the Phase 4 and I was like, okay, the trailer works when they show all the stuff that's already happened. And when they show what's coming, it's like,
Yep. Yeah. Hey, we're getting Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Jude? I just noticed he's gone.
Yeah, he bounced. He like fell out and he never came back.
Maybe he's got your
the
modem.
Marvels.
Maybe that raccoon got him.
Captain
A raccoon maybe
Marvel
got
too.
him.
Came through the window.
Marvels.
The Marvels and boy, the
Yeah.
Eternals. I think that's going to be a hot mess. I really do.
Oh, it
I
has so
feel
many
that
good
is-
people in it. I'm excited.
They
for
have
it.
good actors, but it's gonna be
be
bad. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Why you gotta predict bad? I'm gonna.
And I noticed that because it's not even really. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, but what would you have said about Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, I said the same thing, but
you know,
it's they've hidden
that's
it.
one of the
and
best.
And like I said, the minute they gave the Oscar to Chloe Zhao, then they finally start talking about it because they're going to say from Oscar-winning director to signal boost the whole damn thing.
I'm
talking
not judging this.
about her. She's getting up on my screen here on Variety or whatever this website is called. She popped up here.
On where?
On the site with the Flash thing that I did read. She popped up when you talked about her.
Yeah, I agree with that, Zax. I think what these shows are they were movie treatments that were never produced, and they stretched them into mini series for content on Disney Plus. They don't have anything.
It gave them original.
They don't have anything because these so far the first two series don't. I mean, they might be entertaining and whatnot, but they're not moving the needle.
Right.
We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Loki's next. I still don't understand where that takes place because
different universes, like different timelines and a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because they conveniently, and I've never really liked in either DC or Marvel books. I don't like the idea of a multiverse because I think it's lazy.
Well, sometimes
Because
you
you
need
can-
that though. You can't explain some certain things in a magical worlds all the time.
I know, but it's too easy to just wish it all away by saying, "Oh, that was just an alternate reality. That was just a multiverse."
Well, that's what you get when you have different writers and like people taking it or different studios taking it in one direction, and that you know what I
They
mean.
overuse it. They overuse it.
Yeah, they overused
All right,
so
that's
much
fair. That's fair.
the
That's
last
fair.
years.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And especially because they have such untalented people in the comic book world right now. That when they're
and the
when
same
the
thing with
series,
the Flash movie, we will have Ben Affleck Batman. We will have one of the original Batmans, and
yeah, when these series tank after 10 issues, the excuse is that it was, multiverse or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And they reboot it and it fails again, and they reboot it and it fails again.
Are you talking about Captain Marvel and a lot of her comics?
I might be, or Ms. Marvel, I might be, or
Yeah.
America Chavez, I might be.
Yeah.
All the characters they're giving us in Phase 4.
And when they made Falcon in Captain America, it bombed too. So
It bombed. Yep.
as a comic series.
Yep.
Yep.
Everything that they're adapting right now bombed miserably in print. So
Oh yeah, that's interesting. Why would they do that then? That's really weird.
because they're pushing the same reason they made the books in the first place.
Yeah.
Because rather than do something original, they just
Mm.
they reskin existing characters.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So, Superman, my favorite Superman, by the way, Christopher Reeve.
Good.
For those of you who saw my review of my long overdue review of Superman and Lois.
Yep.
Episode
I yet
1.
have to see it. I actually have it on my screen.
I did a little retrospective of all these Supermans at the beginning, and
That was good. That was a good
wax
idea.
poetic about this gentleman right here,
Mhm.
along with
excited
this
to watch
gentleman and Margot Kidder. So, DC Fandom is back. DC Fandom is back. I think they did a good job with it last year.
Oh, they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't know if I'd say phenomenal, but I'd say good.
At least super.
Interesting.
I get it. Super. With or without a cape, though.
No capes, darling. No capes.
Well done, Pete. That's exactly what I was hoping you'd do. DC Fandom set the world ablaze, garnering over 22 million views across 220 countries and territories.
Wow.
It was a true global phenomenon. Who the hell? Really? Matt McGloin. Okay. Allowing fans to get up close and personal with the people behind the characters in the worlds that they love. See, that's not necessarily true, though. It wasn't live. Like, it was live, but
Right, it
we
wasn't.
couldn't interact with them. Like, it wasn't a live stream where you could get in a chat or something. Anyway, October 16th, it's back for more. Mark your calendars. DC fans request the day off work if necessary. What that was on The Simpsons. And if you're in jail, break out. Do whatever you need to do to join us on October 16th, 2021, because you're not going to want to miss it. So, yeah, that'll be fun. We're going to cover it like we did last year.
Sure.
Last year was 2 days, and it was kind of weird. They had the one day, and you could only go into the main room, Hall of Heroes. Remember, it was just 1 day of programming. But then the second day, you had all these other rooms you could go into, and they had all this content going on at the same time. It was kind of cool. So it was fun. I mean, what I really liked, they had the virtual backgrounds, and they were moving, and it wasn't like San Diego Comic-Con where it looked like this, bunch of people in boxes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. When is that again? October
16th.
Save the date. I already forgot.
October 16th. That's my birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday in advance.
It's a long time too, but
Don't rush it.
Yeah.
I will be 26 actually.
Wow.
Me too.
26.
Oh, I thought you were 24.
No, yeah. No, I'm
But Stacey, you still look 26.
Sometimes. In the day.
You look good, Stacey.
Yeah, I love how they announced this on Henry Cavill's birthday, by the way.
Oh my God, right? On Henry Cavill's birthday.
Yeah, and I also sent you an article with Zack
Dear
Snyder
Henry,
about this.
you're fired.
And no, it was not a coincidence, by the way.
No, it was not, because this is where Keith Moncrief from Pop Culture Minefield, or otherwise known as Black Keith, him and I are working on. We're developing a show together, and we just didn't come up with a name, but he is like
Keith Squared.
That's what he said. That Geek Keith Squared.
The Babylon 5 guy.
Keith Cookie.
Keith. So he's like a student of everything going on at Warner Brothers. He's really, really well read on it, and he knows everything that's going on. And you're exactly right. That was no accident that they did that on Henry Cavill's birthday.
That's so shitty.
Like, why though? Like, they're that petty?
Yes. Yes,
He represents the Snyderverse. He's the face
he
of the
represents
Snyderverse.
the Snyderverse. They hate Zack Snyder, and Sarnoff is Kathleen Kennedy at Warner Brothers. The difference being is that AT&T, Jason Kilar, and AT&T are looking down, and they're not going to let this go on very long because AT&T is very concerned about profit, and clearly Warner Brothers has no idea what they're doing, not only with their property in the films, but there's also DC Comics, which is like in a death spiral. So it won't be long before.
And it was AT&T that ordered the Snyder Cut, not
Correct.
Warner Brothers.
Correct.
They did it. They did it begrudgingly because mommy and daddy said, "Do this."
Correct.
Yep.
So there's some Twitter reactions. Uche was the first one. He's like, "Man, stop! I do not want a Black Superman movie. I repeat, I do not want a Black Superman movie. Stop tokenizing. We have Jon Stewart, Henry Irons, Victor Stone. Stop effing tokenizing Black people." Walt Cavill's been playing the good soldier these last few years in hopes of playing Superman again, but WB made it public on his birthday. They don't care about him.
Didn't he unfollow WB and DC Comics?
Grace Randolph the same day. Henry Cavill unfollowing Warner Brothers and DC today, and then has the nerve to say it's hard to sympathize with the only main cast member who didn't support the Snyder Cut back in November 2019.
If you read down there, though, there's a
there's someone who said that
he had never followed them, and that he had the same number.
Yeah. Well, it's been Tyrone Magnus claims that he did. It's going back and forth.
Yeah,
that he did and he didn't. But he is a big Henry Cavill's a huge comic book fan, and there's tons of pictures of him at the comic shops buying his comics all the time, and so it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, how do you even prove that he unfollowed them? Because the only way to know that is to have
their goddamn drama. Get over it, grown-ups.
Do they have receipts? Like, do you guys have receipts for it?
What was really funny is Michael B. Jordan, who's all said from the beginning he would play Calvin Harris, but not Black Kal-El. And they offered him the offer. There was an article like yesterday that came out with Michael B. Jordan, and he said, "No thanks. I'm just going to sit back and watch this."
Wow,
good for him.
Smart guy.
Yeah, because he's already been through it with Johnny Storm.
Yeah, Johnny Storm is one thing. Superman, you're talking about the very first superhero. You're talking about the most iconic superhero, the man who the character who basically kicked off all.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm sure he doesn't want to go through it all again.
No. And I don't think. I mean, did he really take a beating on the Johnny Storm thing?
I mean, it's the Twitterverse wasn't quite as evil as it is now, but yeah, he took a pounding on that.
Well, he's a great actor. I like
him a lot.
I didn't have a real problem with it. The movie sucked so bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you couldn't just say he's the problem. No.
The writing was the problem.
No, there was a lot of things in that movie that was the problem. Say it like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Starting with the writer.
Yeah. Or with an artist.
Oh, yeah.
So,
speaking of which.
Yeah, that was my segue. It was kind of
nicely done.
Thank you. I thought it was clunky.
Yeah, it worked.
There we go.
The picture's not clunky though.
Oh my god. So how does this
I feel you, man. It's
soap opera time.
But okay, first of all, how does something that came out like 12 years ago suddenly trigger somebody?
Right.
Did they finally just see this for the first time? This is an iconic cover. Like this cover,
it is.
They've made posters, T-shirts with this cover.
Regardless of it, like you don't like something, you don't go fixing it. Hands off. It's not up to you to make it what you want.
I agree.
Just don't look at it.
Yeah, the Mona Lisa bothers me.
Yeah.
Let's go and fix it.
You don't think people have different versions of that though? You don't think people have done that artistically, taken different versions of that, of the Mona Lisa?
I think the Mona Lisa should have a mustache.
No, but no, definitely people have, and I've seen different versions of.
But this guy didn't.
I just picked it at random.
This guy didn't draw a different version. He took the original and then moved
he altered
adjustments to it. That's different.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. He altered it.
So, leave it to a Tumblr who,
I bet you, though, if it was the other way around and it started off as the one on the right and someone made it into the one on the left, people would be cheering for it.
No, not necessarily, because that's been happening a lot, too.
That's been happening.
Especially Anna, the Star Wars girl, has been taking all these horrible Marvel designs and fixing them.
Oh,
And,
yeah. She's done a good job. She's done such a good job.
She does a phenomenal
But
job.
you're okay with that, right?
Well, she takes a beating for that.
No, I've never even seen it before, so I don't.
Oh yeah, she's done a lot of those. But in her defense, there's a lot of substandard artists working at the big two right now. They're just not professional level artists. They're not.
No, that's true. Safe
So
space.
Tumblr user non-binary Finn Merton, now Boonbee, decided to fix this thing. And
that explains it all with the name. It explains it all.
So this is what they do, and then J. Scott Campbell has a little fun with it. So he goes and starts pointing out, just statistic and it's basic anatomy issues, right? He's like, well, the elbow, the forearm, what is that all about? And the clavicle's wrong, and like just points out all these things that just don't work. My fixing of non-binary Finn's fixing, and just explains as an artist, and and then redraws. Basically takes non-binary Finn's picture and fixes it. So he does the fix of the fix.
Okay.
Right? And he's just like, sorry, but this is the way physics work, and this, that, and the other thing. He was jokey, but he was also, I thought he was pretty polite about it. He's just like, look,
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. So then, no, that's the wrong one. So then he decides to go on YouTube.
Oh dear.
And he starts watching videos of people defending what he did. Like,
There you have Anna.
There's Anna, and Anna actually put the outfit on and recreated the pose.
Yep.
It's awesome. She looks just like it. There's Clownfish and a couple other people. So he says, I enjoyed hearing all the recent art fixing debate discussions, all these YouTuber vids. So I thought I'd share them with you guys. So he puts all the links to all these videos to share it with people. Then the next day,
oh dear,
this is so weird, man.
Yeah, it's a cluster F, dude.
It is a clusterfuck, right? So he clearly got a phone call from the people who signed his paycheck. And he puts this really long, but honestly, I think that half of this was written for him.
Yeah.
Because he starts tying the YouTubers to alt-right, anti-woman, all this kind of fringe groups that push hate, all this kind of crap. It's like, wait a second. And this to me is the biggest problem. This is where we go, right? We have a disagreement and we immediately polarize. You're alt-right. You're crazy.
Yep.
All this kind of shit. And it's like, hold the phone here. Hold the phone. Just yesterday, you were sharing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Then this day, you're condemning it all. So, what? But it doesn't end there. Because today, he apologizes to, describing Comicsgate. And, our friend Edwin considers himself Comicsgate. He's an independent creator.
Yep.
So now he has to go back and say, sorry about all that stuff. And so I'm trying to keep score. So he doesn't apologize to the woke mob. Then he attacks the people who defended him. Then he apologizes to the people who defended him that he attacked. Right. So
it is a big clusterfuck.
It's a mess.
And a lot of those people that supported him are not Comicsgate. Clownfish is right in the middle. Like, he's not either left.
No, exactly.
It's like, don't lump them all into one group.
No, and I kind of think Comicsgate gets a raw deal anyway, because these are just people who are just trying to make their own stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to be part of corporate comics, and that's up to them. So
That is true.
this is just weird, and it sucks for. This goes to that whole thing we were talking about weeks ago with the Whisper Network and how these people are afraid for their jobs, and you've got that, you know, they'll come for you within your own industry. You know what I mean?
Yep.
See, he by doing this, he was afraid of the Gail Simones and those kind of people, right? The Heather Antoses. They're going to come get him out, like they did to Scott Snyder and all those other guys, right? And so he doesn't want to lose his you know, he does work with DC and Marvel. He's a really talented guy. He's an awesome artist. You know, because he clearly likes his fans. You know, he gets it. He gets it when you push back, he gets it, right? So he's threatened, you know, his job was threatened. So then he's trying to play both sides now. He's stuck right in the middle. Because I think when he got pushed back, and I pushed him back, it was just he was probably like, shit. Now I'm gonna lose all the people, you know, all my customers, all the people who buy my stuff and love me, and because I called them these horrible things. Because he was trying to save his own skin from his own industry, from the people he works with are gonna come for his head if he doesn't say this shit. And that's a horrible place to be. It's a horrible place to be. And then maybe now he'll understand what Comicsgate is all about. It's about people who don't want to put up with this shit because they don't want to get fired because they won't say this stuff, right?
Yep.
It's a mess. And this is why the mainstream comics are in the toilet right now.
That is true. I totally agree with that.
It's an absolute shit show. And it's really sad. So he's stuck in the middle, and he probably screwed himself anyway. Because Edson, you know how this goes. Scott Snyder did this mistake.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't. Once you bend the knee, it's over, and there's no amount of apologizing you can do. When they come for you,
you can't try to appease to them by like giving in or apologizing, or it's like it's too late. They'll just keep coming back more and more.
This is why I will never in my life work for anyone but my own company, dude.
Well,
don't be surprised.
Scott Snyder then proceeded to try to make his own company after that.
Right.
I've always been like this. I've always been like this since I was a child. I always wanted to do my own thing, and I will stick to doing my own thing.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, don't be surprised if in a year or so you see J. Scott Campbell teaming up with somebody on an Indiegogo project or something, right?
Yep.
Don't be surprised.
Now, like in my company, I like to get people who want to like make different stuff, and you know, just like, making comics, movies. We are gonna expand my company to become that at some point, and
Barry Windsor Smith commends you as well. I find this interesting. This is the juxtaposition. Barry Windsor Smith, who's also a freaking amazing artist. You know, all his work on those Conan comics. Back in the 80s. Oh my God, he was so good. He commends small press indie comic publishers, i.e. Comicsgate. So, yeah, he just goes on to say that in the 70s, there were just two big companies producing comic books. Marvel and DC were pretty much the only game in town if you wanted to make a living at comic books. These days, though, there are dozens and dozens of small press publishers who have links to major distributors. Artists can flourish creatively without needing to sign restrictive contracts foisted upon young talent by Marvel and DC. So, as we know. Yep. You got to get me some independent books, man.
No kidding. I mean, that's why it's
my piles
like over the last few years. That's like most of the comics I've been reading are from outside of Marvel and DC, and that happened organically. It was just I kept finding more and more that independents were better than Marvel and DC.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people out there who makes a lot of great comics and stories, and
in fact, we need to get Edwin Acevedo back in here. I keep saying it, and I've got to do it because I just got another stretch goal from him today. You know, he's a good example. He's a first time first time writer, and he went out there and he almost doubled his goal. So good on him. So
yeah.
I forgot this was in there too, and I missed it. But during this whole thing, YouTube removed Clownpush's thumbnail for featuring Mary Jane's cover for violating nudity and sexual content policies. What? This was on the front of a comic book that sold in stores to.
I wouldn't say there is any sexual or nudity. It's just.
And Marvel's much more restricted than Google is.
Like I say, this is not okay. But when you have Namor with the shell between his legs and like posing like a model for homosexual magazine, that is fine. But this is not fine. And
I watched Anna's video about this too, and she pointed out, well, what about Peter over here with his clenched butt and and all his rippling muscles, and that's how is that any different from that?
He's a ripped hunk there, so
so there he is twice. Look at that. So
she's sad. If she was happy, she'd be stunning and brave.
Well, that's she's sad because the man she loves is going out to risk his life yet again, and there's nothing she can do to help, right?
Yep.
Sit there and drink her coffee and read her fashion books and wait,
That's what these ladies do.
Well, she's a supermodel in the comics.
Her character, yes,
she's an actress and a supermodel, and she goes from LA to New York. She goes back and forth.
She even has pants on. You think she'd be in her panties like all supermodels do when they hang out and drink their tea?
Exactly.
Right.
But that's what these current crop of creators are missing. Like comic books are hyper exaggerations of human beings. That's what you read it for. It's escapism. Giant ripped dudes and curvy women, right? That's what it's all about. It's always been about that. Always. So just pump the brakes.
Yeah,
not the real world.
Back when the original superhero, Mr. Superman himself, was designed after circus strongmen.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that's why we started reading comics, to like get away from the real world and having someone to look up to, have fun with, and relate to characters.
It's modern mythology.
Escapism, which is funny. I was watching Gary and Az the other day, and they picked up on the fact that suddenly Disney, or Marvel Disney, is they're overusing the word escapism all of a sudden, like they just heard it for the first time.
Yeah.
Because we keep saying we want escapism, we don't want to be lectured to. We if we want politics, we'll watch CNN. We want to watch fun crap, and now they're like, "Oh, it's escapism," but it's not. You're still
not their
lecturing. You're still lecturing us.
Yeah, I don't need to be told how awful I am. I can do that myself, for God's sakes.
Yeah, right.
So,
I have an update on Jude, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, the raccoon. It was the raccoon.
Uh-oh. It was?
Yeah, it was. It knocked over his garbage cans, and then it was eating the baby rabbits that were in his garden.
Oh no!
He went outside to try to shoo him away, because he's been kind of keeping an eye on the baby rabbits that are somewhere in his yard. And it growled at him, and it was running around him.
Wow.
So we're gonna have a story when Jude gets back. Anyway.
He better call animal control. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You think so? I mean.
Oh
It was growling. Yeah.
It could be rabid.
Well, because it's probably mad because it just ate the babies. It's just meat. It's
But it was out in the light, so it was still light out.
It was kind of dark. Maybe.
Maybe. I would still call animal control, because it's going to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Especially now that it tasted blood, it's going to keep coming back. Okay. That's what whenever I taste blood, I just keep going back.
Yeah, you just can't yak. You just yak.
Just reading from personal experience.
I had blood.
Or ice cream.
Or ice cream.
Oh God, he's tasted chocolate.
It's over now.
Ooh,
you better watch out.
Chocolate pudding waiting for me.
Ooh, pudding.
Glenn Danzig has something to say, and it's about the hot topic of cancel culture. In a recent interview with Rolling Stone, mostly focuses on his upcoming horror western flick Death Rider in the House of Vampires. The Misfits frontman revealed he doesn't think controversial punk bands such as his own would be able to flourish today because of woke bullshit.
I mean, did the Misfits flourish?
They're still popular to this day in the
They
punk
are,
scene.
but very in the, you know what I mean, in a very
It's punk.
specific area. Exactly.
It's punk. Yeah, it's
right,
huge,
right.
but
It's not,
they're legends to the punk scene.
of course, no. That's not. I'm not saying.
No, she's
that,
saying that basically they're still like
they're kind of where they always were.
niche
Like,
band.
I think they would be fine. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
It's not trying to go mainstream. It's not. They don't have a mainstream audience.
Oh, I agree. Although,
yeah, you're not going to hear them on CCC.
Although when he went
That's
solo,
not even a station anymore, is it?
Is it? I don't know. I'm sure she what I know.
When he went solo, though, he was on MTV.
Yeah,
Danzig went solo.
the music on MTV, so that doesn't even happen anymore.
Right.
So it's kind of moot, to be honest. But I hear what he's saying.
Yeah, I hear what he's saying. He just said there won't be any new bands coming out like that. They'd get immediately canceled. Asked to clarify what he meant. Danzig continued. People don't understand because everything's so cancel culture, woke bullshit nowadays. But you can never have the punk explosion nowadays because of cancel culture and woke bullshit. You could never have it. It would never have happened.
Well, and different music comes out from different times, though, too. Like different.
You can never get the beautiful
there's a
punk
need.
back to it in this age.
I agree. He says you won't have any of those kinds of bands ever
sad,
again.
dude.
Everyone's so uptight and PC. It's just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, and there's like so many people out there that's younger than me that we are punk and stuff like that, and they are woke assholes. Clothing style, and I'm just like, for fuck's sake, stop! You don't even know what the fuck punk or anarchist, dude. You're just a woke piece of trash.
Well, that's the ironic thing is that punk was counterculture,
right?
So it's kind of in the same. It was sort of in the same vein, but it was different. Like they were nonconformists, right?
Right.
But, whereas like the cancel culture just baffles me. I don't even know what their mission is.
I mean, we're the time of hippie, there's hippies and hippie music when that time called for that, post, anti-war, whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's what the punk movement came from that. The punk movement was an answer to hippies. They were
yeah, exactly.
The hippies,
yeah, man. I grew up with punk, dude. I grew up as an anarchist and punk and everything like that. So
that's right. Your dad was a punk rocker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also an anarchist, so I grew up with the anarchist style.
Right. So it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
Who knows? You don't know,
I don't know. All I know, cancel culture doesn't seem to really stand for anything except, they just want to, they'll eat their own. I mean, right.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hate, I always forget his name, the vocalist from Sex Pistols that used to be the vocalist for Sex Pistols. Yeah, Johnny Rotten. A lot of people hate him now because he was honest and he voted for Trump.
Yeah, well, that's sadly you're not in America, and it's gotten to the point where that's what it is. It's just there's nobody can be in the middle, nobody can agree with both sides. It's just pick one or the other, and these aren't like left and right. It's far left, right.
Yeah.
It's extreme.
What happened to the days when we can actually disagree and still be good friends? And
it makes me laugh though. Everyone's like, politics are so dividing. Blah 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 blah. Why do people care? It's like, why do I know who you fucking voted for? Like, if you're so anti talking about politics, why do I know who you voted for?
Right.
So you're part of the problem. So you know what I mean?
No, it's incredible, and
it's so annoying.
I had an incident on a job a few weeks ago. And I walked right into the red meat bear trap, and it was totally inappropriate. But it was that same kind of thing. It was like, I was just talking to my friend Paul, and then this woman just started in, and it got out of control. And it's amazing how people have to drag it into everything.
Right.
And then you say something, you just say an opinion on something, and you get put in a box, in a bucket. It's like, oh, you must be this. Like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. I'm not even close. Why? Just because I just said that?
Yeah.
But the buckets are only very extreme buckets. There's no like middle buckets to put it in.
That's what I'm
automatically
saying.
Put you in the extreme. Yeah.
Right. Oops. Oh, hang on. There we go.
You're right there, buddy.
Trying to like zoom this thing. It was too big, and I tried to zoom it out, and I made it bigger.
Gotcha.
So.
Hey, if you're still in the chat room, say hello.
There's people in there.
They are?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody said anything till since 9:14.
a half hour ago.
Maybe the chat crashed. It does happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what it looks like because it was like going.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, this
Well,
story
still,
really
if,
got me angry.
if it's back up and running, say hello, please. We're
We miss you
lonely over
guys.
here. We miss you. I'm
We
lonely.
love your input.
And if you hate me, don't worry. I'm leaving soon.
We're
So
almost done, aren't we? I mean, really.
yeah, kind of. My head's getting like foggy. This is not good.
Yep.
So Doctor Strange was supposed to make an appearance.
Yeah.
In WandaVision.
Well, the two stars kept saying that.
Thanks, DL. Hey, look, Kate's here. See this magic.
Oh, good. Okay. I
They
feel
say there'd be
better.
like
Kate. Hey.
Kate is the best.
She's amazing, dude.
Kate is awesome.
Yeah, she's such a good sports.
What's running? I don't know.
What's running?
Not my hose.
Not me.
My refrigerator.
You better go catch it.
So this is
Like, is it
Remember
confirmed? Is
remember
it
they
real?
said,
Like, that's the thing I want to know.
Remember they said that he was going to have a Luke Skywalker moment in this show?
Yeah, exactly.
And then it
Yeah, I
kind of
remember that.
fizzled and nothing
But we
happened.
didn't get that.
It was supposed to be this.
This was supposed to be the plan, which made perfect sense. His
It makes
powers
perfect
are in the same kind
Right.
of powers that
Yeah,
Wanda
and
has.
it makes sense
She's
to the
supposed to have
whole-
a big role in his
Yeah.
movie. It would have
It
made
would-
perfect sense.
It would fit the whole TV
Yep.
show.
So apparently
The vibes.
he was supposed to be when they had those fake commercials in the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be him reaching out.
Trying to reach her. Yep.
Right.
But no.
So
It
it turns
happened.
out that was the plan. Doctor
It
Strange
is.
was supposed to show up in WandaVision, but the decision was ultimately made to cut him. Here's an excerpt from an upcoming Rolling Stone oral history of the show. Some people might say, oh, it would have been so cool to see Doctor Strange, said Kevin Feige, but it would have taken away from Wanda.
I disagree.
What?
I disagree completely too on
Completely
that.
disagree. If you did it right, it would not have taken.
Which is what we didn't want to do. We didn't want to end the end of the show to be commoditized to go to the next movie. Here's the white guy. Let me show you how your power works.
That's being lazy. That's being lazy then, because you could have easily done it without that.
This is pandering. This is pandering. This is basically
They
Kevin
messed up.
Feige saying, oh, if we do this, the mob is going to say that we had a white guy show up and mansplain to Wanda.
But people wouldn't. Like, people love the character and they want to see him. So we are getting the movie too. So for fuck's sake, it
So-
makes sense.
How many times have we said that they're compromising art for woke points? And this is a perfect example. This is exactly what they did. I mean, my God. My God.
Well, they fucked up with this and they fucked up with Quicksilver in the show.
So the idea was pretty far along. The deal had already been made for Benedict Cumberbatch to appear in the finale, and his appearance was written into the upcoming movie. When that didn't happen, they had to rewrite that part of the film. So they've had to rewrite the film too, because
they said so.
because they're afraid of mansplaining.
And they could have done it right. He was trying to reach her. He could have just been showing her that.
Yeah, as a fellow Avenger.
But that's
these powers are like, they could take advantage of you if
fellow
you're
Avenger
vulnerable.
and-
They can make you do something you don't want to, and then
Yeah.
she herself has to get herself out of it. But he would just be
Yeah.
like mentoring her in that way. It
But
wouldn't
that's
take it
what
away
they
from
were.
her.
But
But like, to be fair, how long has he had his power, and how long has she had her power? You know what I mean?
Well, in the
Her whole life.
Or
comics,
end it
he's
on a
born with it.
cliffhanger, maybe? Have him show up. I'm here to save the day. Cut. To
No,
be continued.
I agree with the connection though. Like, why not? Just because I agree with what you're saying, that they share a similar power, so he could help her out.
Except he is the sorcerer supreme.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he could have been a lifeline to her. I think that's absolutely.
He's the
makes
sorcerer supreme. He's the most powerful sorcerer in the Marvel universe. So if he how could you come to this conclusion? How do you do that?
I don't look at him as like, oh, that's just some white dude. Like, it's like, no, it's Doctor Strange. Like, hello.
And still, they didn't have to have it where he's going to save the day. He could have just been saying, look, one that you have to do it on your own. I can't help you that way. But here's what's happening: these cars are taking over you.
Yeah,
you have to like use remind her like that.
Mm-hmm.
They did it with Wonder Woman, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wonder Woman didn't beat Pedro Pascal into within an inch of his life. She basically said, "Listen, you've got to stop this. You've
and she woman blamed him.
Yeah.
And I think it would have made her a better heroine, a hero than what happened. Instead, we're left with, I'm breaking down from losing vision, and I'm going to terrorize a town full of men, women, and children. That's your explanation.
And
that's not what heroes do.
They ended it with basically, here I took over thousands of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all forgiven.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's what Dr. Doom does, or Magneto.
Yeah.
That's not what
Right. You're right. That is a total Dr. Doom thing. Take over a town and I can't.
It's okay. It's all right. You were sad.
I'm sure they set up a fund for those people. They'll be okay.
If they did it with the Time's Up people, though, then they didn't. It's not going there.
No.
Well, I don't know where this funding's coming from because apparently Falcon was broke in his show. So
that's true. Yeah. That's true. You're right. Maybe
So ironically, after a decision made like that, Donald Glover says that TV and films are getting boring.
Really?
Yeah. Says on Twitter, saw people on here having a discussion about how tired they are of reviewing boring stuff, TV and film. We're getting boring stuff and not even experimental mistakes because people are afraid of getting canceled.
It's true.
Kevin Feige just admitted that.
Yeah, they
just
are
admitted that.
It's so,
We altered the ending of our series and the next movie because we were afraid of getting yelled at for Manson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
The pendulum's gonna swing back, man.
It better. Gary from
Eventually it
Nerdrotic
will.
agrees. Gary from Nerdrotic agrees with you, Stacey. He thinks the end is near.
I'm hopeful. I'd like to think that way. You can't keep going,
And then he says, so they feel like they can only experiment with aesthetic. Also because some of them know they're not that good.
Nice.
Well, it is good that
he's a creative dude, man. He's got his fingers in all the pots.
He does. He does. And good for him. And you're starting to see things like that. Like
good. I'm glad. That's what needs
like
to
our
happen.
friend here, Clifton Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know who that guy is, but yeah. I know this is the one I brought to you, but I'm just saying I don't know who he is. Like,
actually, Gary had him on Friday Night Tights 2 weeks ago.
oh really? Okay,
Yeah.
I brought that to you. Remember that I saw
You did.
that. I sent that to you.
Yeah,
but
he was really good.
I don't know who he is, but I loved what he said there.
I haven't watched
People
it.
like Donald Glover, people at that level, need to keep saying these things for.
Yes, they do.
And I think you'll see more people.
Did
I
you
mean,
watch it?
McConaughey's been saying it. You know?
The right people have to say it.
Exactly, and I think they're starting to. And they'll talk to their friends, and they'll feel supported to be able to say what they're probably saying behind closed doors to each other.
Oh, John Boyega has been saying it too.
Mhm.
Edson, you watched that with Clifton Duncan?
I watched the first 2+ hours, and
Who is he? Is he an
was very
actor? He's an
compelling.
actor.
He's a writer.
Oh, okay.
He's very well spoken and just.
Well, I loved what he said there. That's what that's right on, man. He's obviously smart.
So I just want to look that up because I saw it here.
I love her hair.
With the stars in it.
I do. It's cool.
While we're on,
and as much as I don't like that drawing, I don't think someone should be fixing it either. So.
Yeah.
Really? Really? You don't think so?
It's somebody's original art. I mean, just make your own then. If you don't like it. I agree. I don't like it either. But
Well, it's not Lando anymore. It's Pando. So.
Oh.
Yeah, Pando Calrissian. Yeah.
This is surprising to me. I know it's very surprising.
Well, now Disney owns them; they can do whatever they want. So
I get Billy D. Billy
But
D. Not on board with that.
I didn't know pansexual kind of meant that you will F robots and stuff like that. I didn't know that was pansexual.
I don't think Donald Glover would be aboard with this either, since he played Lando too.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, after what he just said, right? He'd be like, no.
Yeah,
So
what is this? What are you doing?
they're basically going to put out all these variant covers on all these comics with all different versions
They're just trying to be inclusive to that.
Yeah.
You know, like they're just
Uh-huh.
they're not really for any other reason other than just to be like, you know, show that they're on board with.
I tell them to go back and watch Empire Strikes Back and tell me what character that is.
Yeah, a big like. If anything,
Really.
he was on track of being caught in the Me Too movement. I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep, I agree.
He was trying real hard to get.
He loves
Princess
the
Leia.
ladies. That's for
Exactly.
sure.
He really wanted Leia so bad.
Has anybody talked to Billy D. Williams about this?
I know, I'm sure not. Oh, I could only imagine what he would say.
I mean, even in Rise of Skywalker, I mean, for his limited screen time, even then, I mean, there's no indication whatsoever, you know.
Right. You could even go. Yeah.
Well, he's a legacy character, and he's a person of color. So basically, there's some check boxes right there, and you know, and
just make him
please love old Star Wars for new reasons, please.
Yeah, right. It's their bridge to George Lucas.
Yeah.
Oh, Jude's back.
Where is he?
You let him in? Knock, knock.
Did you get bit by the raccoon?
You don't have rabies, do
Oh
you?
my god, that was so.
You have superpowers now?
Crazy.
I'm gonna call you Rabbit from now on.
So, do you guys even want to hear this story? I mean, I could give you the
Concise.
whole story of it, but
Call animal control.
About three days ago, I found a rabbit burrow in my garden. I was doing lawn work, and for the longest time, I've been fending off all kinds of animals from this thing. Like there's cats that have gone to it, and I've brushed the cats away. I even put a little camera outside, a little like motion camera with night vision outside. And anytime it gets a motion, I'll run outside and shoo a cat or something away from it. So today with the raccoon, you guys saw the raccoon outside. I showed you guys earlier. It was in my trash, and then I kind of shooed it away. And then I heard squealing outside. And it went after the baby bunnies and ate them all. And I was throwing shit at it as it was in the burrow, digging up all the baby rabbits. Most disturbing thing was seeing it on the frickin' camera, on the night vision.
Oh, did you hit it with something?
So then what I did was I went outside, and it started growling at me and pacing around me. And I ran back inside. I was like, fuck this thing. Good luck.
You call animal control, dude.
Yeah.
Because
this raccoon's been hanging around my property for probably like the last couple of weeks, and it gets right up to the door because that's where I put my recycling, and it stays there for like an hour.
Wow.
Just chilling by the door.
Trash panda.
So, anyway, that's my whole story, and I just feel bad because a bunch of baby
Killed all the
rabbits got
rabbits?
eaten by this raccoon, and I got to see it on night vision.
I mean, we do have a giant rabbit explosion, but still.
I was just gonna say rabbits are like tribbles. There'll be more.
They are, but still.
Anyway, my defender, my
I have a tribble in my house for my cat. I do. It's a toy, just one. My cat beats it up.
So, defender of the baby rabbits, I failed, but I did my best.
Sorry, man.
Womp, womp.
Seeing on camera was probably the most.
Boy,
disturbing
Tuesday
thing.
nights are just really rough.
On animals.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do have this raccoon hanging outside.
You
and
keep
I
your
think
cat
it's still-
inside, right? You're
Yeah,
like,
I still kind of see it. I think it's still on my porch.
You gotta
Be
get
there
like
for a while.
get an airsoft gun.
I tried to throw something at it. I was going to get my BB gun out.
Yeah,
I have a Red Ryder BB gun.
good. Get it.
Nice.
Jerk.
Dry out.
That won't do anything. Those things are thick.
Anyway,
Yeah, my brother tried that on me. I still came back.
I felt so bad because these little bunnies were super cute. And
I
when
know,
I found
they're
the burrow, I like lifted it up because the rabbits, what they do is they dig a hole and they just, they just
Plop them in there.
yeah. And yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about some more stories. What else we got?
And a few more to go. This one Jace brought, and then I'm gonna have to probably hand it off. It's 10 o'clock.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's that guy again.
Dun. He's your boyfriend. He loves you.
So
Look,
what are we?
I'm
on?
back. Yeah. Go away, video man. So, who's this now?
Their voices,
I
I
have
think.
no idea.
I don't know. I think there's
Somnus.
Huh.
yes, Somnus. Yeah. The
What's with
new LGBTQ character they just announced.
What's with these costumes?
What is with the completely impractical costuming?
I don't get the costuming. Bare feet?
Sure.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. You want to fight him? Fight him on gravel.
Yeah, the costumes are awful. Well, okay.
I think he looks pretty cool.
He kind of looks like
I like his outfit.
Who is it?
This part
He looks like a magician.
I don't know who it is.
He looks like he does magic tricks.
They stole this part from Moon Knight. The cape from Doctor Strange. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's
Was
true.
it like
What's
the
with the,
galaxy and the inside?
He's got like a bullfighter's jacket here,
Oh, a bull. Yeah.
like a matador thing.
Well, he's got the high-waisted pants.
He's kind of got the sort of
What is
the disco version of Nightwing on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let me guess. He's the most powerful mutant ever.
I don't know.
He's a mutant?
Yeah, he's one of the new characters for
Oh.
Marvel.
So as far
Pride.
as the outfits goes, his is a lot better than some of the ones we saw a couple weeks ago.
Oh my God, those were hideous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm tempted to buy all those comics just to laugh my ass off. Like those look awful. A mutant who had an extraordinary impact on an X-Man long ago. His mutant powers give him the ability to control other people's dreams. Oh, so he's kind of Sandman-y?
Oh, okay.
For some reason, Somnus has been missing from mutant history until now, and he's being granted a new chance to pursue his own dreams and fulfill his heroic destiny as part of the mutant nation of Krakoa. So he'll sit around and discuss his feelings with the rest of the characters, like because that's what they do in the books now.
Yeah,
I'm serious. I bought that Children of the Atom. 8 pages. 8
I
pages.
thought most
talking about feelings.
telepaths. Yeah, I thought most of the telepaths can do that. So his powers is not that unique.
No, I mean, there's so many of these characters. Like, at some point, you're out of, you know what I mean? You run out of ideas. They start to overlap,
Yeah.
What do you mean, like Cyclops last?
But it's another self-insert.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I found out, like, I remember that Wanda, one of her kids, he's always been gay. But I found out her other kid is solidly bisexual too.
like, just the whole Marvel universe, make the whole
Yeah.
thing, just why not?
Like I always knew that one of her sons were gay for a long time, but I just read and her other son was also like LGBTQ character. I'm like, how like both your kids are LGBTQ now? Like, it's too much, man.
Yeah.
And that comes from a person who is who is LGBT.
There you go. Then you have the right to say it.
Well, yeah, I am changing into a female. I am born male, but I'm going to change into a female, and I get triggered by Marvel doing this shit. It pains me to see they are using us to sell and use us as a product.
That's what it is. You're a prop.
Yeah, and I fucking hate it.
Yeah. I don't blame you, and that's how a lot of people feel. That they're so ham-fisted with it.
Yeah.
It should be organic. We've said that all the time. We have nothing against diversity or any of this stuff.
No.
It needs to be organic. It
Right.
doesn't forced.
It has to feel real,
Right.
organic.
Right. Absolutely.
Right.
There's definitely a place for it. It's just the way they're making it happen. It doesn't seem to make
Right.
sense. Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Right. Like this.
It's very forced. Yeah.
The thing is, those characters though will never have a legacy. They'll just be the one-offs. They'll be like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Half of these
They're really
characters will
pushing it, yeah.
never give it or take 2 years. Someone mentions this character, everybody's gonna be like, "Who? What?"
Yeah, Poochie had to go back to his home planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
That's
makes
a
sense.
good point. It does look like Sunspot. It does.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if, and I hate to say this, maybe this is gonna sound so bad, but if, in a future comic, they just kill them all off in one comic run?
Just get Wolverine, and just make him kill everyone,
I shouldn't
like
say
he did
that.
with his
I'm
friends.
Or Deadpool kills the Marvel woke.
Yeah.
Well, he has that that thing you can go back in time, so he could jump from time to time, place to place.
Yeah. Let's go back to the old age of good comics.
Yeah.
They start to all wear red shirts.
Yeah.
Red shirts.
All right.
Star Trek.
I'm really fading fast here. So either we can kill the rest of these in the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to leave you guys to finish up.
I don't even know what. I don't have anything pulled up. All right. It looks like we've done everything. No.
No, there's a big one coming up. Big one.
Lady Loki or about Wokey.
Well, we could just do the big one and then call it a night.
Yeah, just do that.
Well, we got to hit this first. Can't.
Oh my god.
Another Captain.
So remember they're doing that road trip, the Captain America road trip.
Mm-hmm.
Next on the stop is Joe Gomez. And here's Joe right here. This is amazing to me. He was designed by 2 Native Americans, but they made him a Kickapoo Indian.
Mm-hmm.
The Kickapoos are one of the tribes who refused to become Americanized citizens.
Exactly right.
Oh, interesting.
And they fled to Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah. So it is really weird.
They decided to put the American flag all over this guy.
That's interesting.
This is kind of
Of all the Native American tribes.
It's just kind of a contradicting costume.
Now, I don't know who these 2 guys are that designed him, but I'm wondering if they're kind of like a lot of the millennials that get triggered by stuff. They don't do their homework and they don't know anything about history.
Yeah, that's.
You think?
So easy nowadays with that Google thing where you can find out like information and stuff.
Yeah, they have the internet on computers now.
Yeah, that.
Not even like you have to go to the library and look through encyclopedias or
Wait,
something.
I want to look up this guy, David Cutler.
Well, that's who drew this. That's who designed the costume.
It says design though. That's
I mean, that one looks cool. The one that's up, I think, looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean,
that looks cool.
Yeah,
like
it certainly is a
anyone
lot.
deserves to be Captain America. We should be it's a Native American.
Yeah, it certainly is nowhere near as bad as the trash can shield. The one that lives, exactly.
I think
the one that lives
that's
under
pretty
the bridge.
cool.
The costume is pretty nice.
But why do they have to have the Captain America theme on him? Why don't they just have him without the stars in the
Because the idea behind this is that their Cap and Sam are going on a road trip, and they're meeting people along the way who idolize Cap.
Right.
Okay, but it goes off very poorly.
Yeah,
they don't do it in a good way.
Kind of like it's kind of like one of those. Yeah, you didn't get it.
They're like the next step up from like the Comic-Con people.
The 2 people who created him, one's a geoscientist and Lipan Apache writer, Darcy Little Badger. And oh my God, I'm sorry, but it's Kalipu Mi Kamak, First Nation artist, David Cutler. Okay, so Cutler's the artist. Darcy Little Badger's the writer, I guess. Yeah, so he's Captain America of the Kickapoo tribe. Kickapoo tribe will make his debut in the 3rd issue of the miniseries, crossing paths with Steve Rogers and Sam Wilson when their search for the stolen shield of Captain America leads them to Kansas. This is one of the worst costume designs.
At the same time.
It sounds like Midnight Run in a way. Sort of. It's like a buddy trip comic, Right. But moccasins?
Leg warmers.
Like, could you make this any more like stereotypical and cliche? Right. Could you? I mean, it's just.
I mean, I don't know. Have you ever been to Skimitzen?
No.
They're like.
What happens in Skimitzen?
It's like a bunch of different Native American tribes come together and they have like this big like fair almost, and they dance around and they have their like costumes and stuff. And
but you can't fight a supervillain in this.
Yeah, that's for dancing. That's the dancing like ceremonial one. The other one's for fighting.
Who did the cover here? Whoever did the cover designed a better outfit.
Right. That looks more like you could kick some ass.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the other one,
Yeah.
it's like you're gonna dance with your enemies.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's a ceremony. That's the ceremonial one. Let's just say that.
What I don't get is they've got other Native American characters they've had for years, like Thunderbird,
Yes, they do.
Warpath, and they didn't.
Yeah. Oh, I
tease them
love
out
Warpath.
like that.
Both of them.
Echo is one of my favorite characters.
Really, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Exactly. I mean,
Yeah, I hear
the
you.
colonizers came and took their land, and you know,
Yeah, and they're still living on reservations. Some with like
Right.
not running water and dirt floors. And,
right.
Yeah.
So
no.
yeah,
And some with casinos in there.
yeah. So I think this was a misstep.
It gives
Yeah,
me
that's
sense from
in Cherokee. I agree. Navajo, Seminole.
Just
Mohawk.
a bit of a.
I'm
I mean,
glad
they
you
might as
get a
well
heart
make him a
attack.
casino owner at the same time. So here's the big one, and I don't have any energy to deal with it. But
Oh,
Reimagine
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Oh boy.
I saw this the other day, and I sent it to Keith and Gary at Pop Culture Minefield, and they kind of pushed back at me and saying, "Oh, I don't trust the." It was on Bleeding Fool when I first saw it. And they're like, that could be fake, blah blah blah. But now it's everywhere. It's been on Newsweek,
Oh wow.
so it's real. So
And Disney kind of confirmed it and trying to like talk down to it, like basically to save themselves or something.
So Christopher F. Rufo is a whistleblower at Walt Disney, and he released piles of these training documents. And some of them are downright like they're horrible. In fact, this happened recently with Coca-Cola. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola had the thing to be less white and the whole thing, and they got so much blowback they took it down off the training site like the next day.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, this goes on, and there's a checklist, and like, there's a lot of documents
There's
here.
a lot of things, man.
It's really repugnant. It really is, and it's this whole idea again that you cannot replace one oppression with another. You know, like.
Well, I mean, you know, I think at a lot of places now they're trying to incorporate this. I mean, I know, you know,
this.
Not this.
No,
Oh my
I mean, but
gosh.
I know companies that are doing similar stuff. They're slowly sort of putting it in there. You know, when you go to.
Well, first of all, they create a fake position called diversity and inclusion officer or something.
Right.
And then they go way out of their way to
like I mean, they probably build this into their orientations, and some places still do. I think do.
Not this.
Not this.
No, not this.
Oh,
But
are you
some
kidding
companies are starting to do it. I'm not going to say what companies they are. But
it's every corporation.
Right,
Everyone I work for goes way. They bend way over
'Cause
back.
I've
It's ironic
experienced
that the committee is all white people.
Right, and I've experienced it in
It's
orientation.
all white people telling you that you're privileged.
Yeah, you're asking people to fill out this form. It's like,
Look at this checklist.
I'm privileged because I've never been raped. I've never been living in a poor community. I've always had water. Are you kidding me? It's like
Privileged because you're heterosexual. Like, how insulting is that to anybody who's not heterosexual? Like, this is just. Who put this together?
I just know that my ex-boyfriend agrees with all of this stuff.
All this?
All of it? Wow.
Yeah, he was pretty woke. We recently broke up, so there was a reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had this discussion. He told me that straight people are forcing their straightness to other people, that you are gonna be straight and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh my god.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Look at this. Like,
That's sad. That's just sad that he would think that anyone.
how is this privilege?
I mean, somebody may have had a personal experience where that happened, but you
Right,
don't
right,
push
but
that
that's
into
not all
everybody.
straight people.
Yeah, right.
This
Not
this
all
one
straight
kills me. You're privileged because you've had an unpaid internship.
I don't.
What?
You know what?
What the fuck, dude?
Nobody wants an unpaid internship. In fact, now a lot of my clients pay the interns. They have to pay the interns because nobody wants to do an unpaid internship.
You have to send me the link to this, man. I want to read the whole thing.
Yeah, I will. I mean, it's you know, there's charts and graphs
What
and
the fuck?
Yeah, it's really messed up, man. I was
Yeah,
shocked.
I am
Edson's
sorry.
sigh.
Oh yeah, I saw Steven.
Edson's sighs are the best.
Oh well.
You sound completely defeated, Edson.
Yeah.
Well, Edson, you read this. I sent this to you the same day.
Yes, I did. I read every
And you
single
wrote
page.
back that it was like
Hence the
spooky.
sigh. The many
Yeah.
sighs. I get it.
I mean, look at this chart, right?
I wanted to read every single page because I wanted to see if I saw signs of this where I work. I'd be like, okay, I'm out of here.
Really?
For this specific stuff, I know every company has this diversity thing going on. I get it.
Right.
A lot of it's really good.
I think
but
that's
not
kind of
this.
an interesting, that whole equity equality thing, and like that's a good. I think that's a good illustration of that. But I mean, in what regard are you speaking of that?
Right.
You know?
Whoops.
I think people get that confused, equity and equality.
I think some of it's good. I just think that when
It goes a little
too
too far.
much, when
Yeah.
it goes too far, that's when it
When
becomes
when you start being the bad guy because you've had good
Right,
things happen in
right.
your life, that's
I
kind
mean,
of the problem.
anything
Yeah.
to the extreme isn't good.
Of course.
Of
course.
I'm so happy later today. I'm gonna buy some beer and I'm just gonna drink and have
Here it
fun.
is. Look at this
Just
one.
turn my brain off.
Beer sounds good.
Yeah,
Decolonize your bookshelf.
Decolonize your bookshelf.
Colonize your bookshelf. Okay.
No.
Why? Because you automatically assume all the books I have are bad.
Well, this is that whole thing. There's two major topics of study in these universities these days. I'm echoing gender studies and critical race theory.
Mm,
Why am I echoing?
I don't know. I don't hear it.
I heard it before, but no.
There, is it gone?
No, it's still there.
I don't hear it.
Not me. I muted
Dude,
myself
I think
to
it's
see
you.
what's not me.
I think it's your headset.
I can
'Cause
lower it.
I think when it's up loud, it picks up the sound coming out of your ear straight into your mic.
Is it echoing now?
Nope.
No.
Okay, I just brought the volume down.
That's what I think it is. I think it hears coming out of your ear and it goes through the mic and it loops through. So yeah, I mean they're just, it's just, oh my God, when will it end? It's so bizarre how it seems like they act like that, that all these problems existed until 5 years ago. And suddenly, like as if we had slavery until 5 years ago and women were housewives and stuck at home and second-class citizens until 5 years ago. Like, this is just not true. You go back to the 80s. Who was the top television personality? Oprah Winfrey and Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Who was the top musician? Michael Jackson, Prince. Who was top comedians? Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. This whole idea to me is it's a reach. It's a reach.
More recently, we had a 2-term president that was African American.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but that was 5 years ago. That was so old.
Oh, okay.
That's not today, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's like all this stuff has happened in 5 years, and it's like, where did this come from? Where did it come from?
Yeah, and again, that's what I meant by orientation and stuff.
Are there improprieties? Yes.
Yeah, this wasn't built into
it's the whole
anything
idea.
till later on.
Human beings, Robert Meyer Burnett said it perfectly when I was on with him. Human beings have been horrible to each other throughout history.
Oh yeah.
And there are racists in this country. There's racists in every country. There are people mistreating people everywhere. Is it systemic? No, it's not systemic.
No, because
it's pockets of really small groups of people.
Because this panel knows better. That's the difference. We know better.
That's exactly the point.
Maybe they're thinking this would help sort of, I don't know, like it's going to help some racist dude.
No, this is freaking Disney. This is the same company that goes and shoots their movies next to a concentration camp and thanks the concentration camp that panders to China, who's a communist nation. No, this is bullcrap. Disney is they're vile. They're just vile. I fucking hate them. And I don't want to give them a red cent ever again. I fucking hate them.
I feel you, man.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Kate. You don't need to read Rules for Radicals. This has been coming for a long time. That's the book Project Veritas uses to do what they do. And 6 is telling me to go to bed. And if you can hear my voice, it's time.
Yeah.
So you guys are welcome to keep going. We have covered everything unless you guys got something new, but I'm going to have to pack it in.
Nah,
I
I think I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, let's go around the horn real
You're
quick.
a trooper, Keith. You're
Thank
a
you.
trooper.
Yes.
Recommendation
Out for us with us.
We'll do recommendations real quick. Pedro, we'll start with you.
Well, it's been a rough week, but I managed to sneak in a lot of Batman the Animated Series, some Superman the Animated Series, and Justice League Unlimited.
Kick ass, man.
That's nice.
That kind of kept me through the week.
Nice.
So what do you recommend?
Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, and Justice League Unlimited.
I'm just fucking with you.
Just recommend
Please,
everything.
I'll save you for last, Jace, since you're our guest. Judah Buddha, what do you recommend?
Actually, you know, it's kind of funny. I was a big Zombieland, or I still am, big Zombieland fan of the movie. But I never saw. Yeah, I never saw Double Tap. So this weekend I got a chance to see it. It was okay.
It's all right.
Anything with Woody is good.
It's funny.
Yeah, I mean he's a great character, and he's he's my favorite character in it. But you know, it was okay. But I liked it. I mean, would I recommend it? If
There's a lot of barfing. There's a lot of barfing in that.
There's a lot of barfing. Yeah. The zombies barf this time when they switch over. But
Just shut your mind off and watch it. Like have fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, but it was a fun movie. It was good, and if you like Zombieland, you'll probably definitely like this one, and maybe we'll see Triple Tap. I don't even know.
I think we will.
I love that shit.
Stacy, what do you got for us?
Okay, well, I'll make it quick, but I saw Wrath of Man this past weekend, and
Guy
I was
Ritchie.
super looking forward to it because I love Guy Ritchie, because I love the Sherlock Holmes movies, and I just watched The Gentleman again, which was really, really good. And Jason Statham's always fun, you know. I totally did not like it at all. It was bad. There was no fighting. There was no fighting. There was a bunch of shooting at the end. The bad guys were really bad guys. The guys that you thought were good were, it was not a Guy. I would never have guessed that it was a Guy Ritchie movie.
You crushed my dreams.
But you know, I looked it up and people gave a good review. So what do I know? You know,
It's all subjective. That's what art is.
I guess I was disappointed.
You know what you should do, Stacy?
kinda
Is
boring.
you should fix Guy Ritchie's art.
No, I'll just go back and watch Sherlock Holmes. Oh, and Army of the Dead comes out this weekend in theaters, the weekend before Netflix, and
Yes.
I'm going to see that because
I saw
I'm psyched.
Robert Meyer Burnett tweeted today that he got a ticket and it's his first time back in the movies and it's his birthday. And he's
Nice. I was going to rent the theater to see it in the
That's you
theater.
guys. We don't have cinema here now.
I was going to rent it.
Oh. Cinema, yeah.
I was willing.
I missed the cinema, dude.
I love it, man. I go to the movies every week.
Yeah, man. I used to work at the cinema, so.
I got my gold card, baby. See?
When I come to Norway, can you get me in the back door, Jace?
Oh yeah, I can just ask my friend.
Free movies.
Who works there? When I quit, I still get free pass to go to the movies.
Nice.
Edson, what do you got for us?
It's not a new movie, but I saw Anybody see True Grit, the 2010 version?
Oh yeah, it's been a long time.
There was one that was made way back, you know, like
the John
Wayne.
It was John Wayne. I saw the one with Jeff Bridges, which was really,
it has
really
the
good.
girl that's now the new like
Haley
Steinfeld. Haley Steinfeld. Yeah,
Yep.
she's like the new whatever.
First of all, Jeff,
Okay.
I couldn't believe I missed this all this time. The role that
Great.
Jeff Bridges played, he was awesome. He reminded me like of his character on The Big Lebowski, except it wasn't as comedic as that. So
Sure.
he was great. But people are always talking about these days about strong female characters. That's a great story with a strong female protagonist.
She was young.
I mean, she was young and she takes over the whole.
Mm-hmm.
So I highly recommend that.
Nice.
Have you seen the original one with John Wayne?
No, I haven't.
You should. They're pretty much the same. The ending's a little different, but
Yeah,
they're very similar.
As we mentioned earlier, how a lot of movies adaptations don't really follow the book. This one was just very close to the book. Because I also read the book.
Cool.
Yeah. It just the difference is that Jeff Bridges is 100 times better actor than John Wayne could ever be.
Things were so different back in the day, man.
John Wayne always played John Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's the thing. Yeah,
Pilgrim.
Jeff Bridges really played that character.
Yeah.
For me, I'll be quick. It's the Orville.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch more of that.
The Orville is.
I need to
it's a
watch
Star
more of
Trek
it.
take with Galaxy Quest frosting on top.
Is it just one season or is it more
Two.
seasons?
No.
I haven't.
Two
Is
seasons.
Galaxy Quest like a parody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. It's Seth MacFarlane to get the Orville. So it's
Is it animated?
no,
No.
it's live action. It's fantastic.
I mean, I've seen the beginning of it. Is it always going to be like on the light side, or does it get more serious?
It starts to get more and more serious.
Okay, all right.
I'm definitely gonna check it out.
It becomes about 90% drama and action. 10%.
Wow.
Okay, good.
Very cool.
It's really, really good. I'm not the biggest Seth MacFarlane fan because I think he's kind of a one-trick pony.
He's like, yeah.
And the only downside to the Orville is it takes place 400 years in the future, and they talk very contemporary. Like they make pop culture references, like Family Guy.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
that's
Because he made Family
dumb.
Guy, of course.
Right.
Yeah, that makes no sense. At all.
It makes no sense that they would
Yeah.
know who Dora the Explorer is, or
Right,
listen to her.
On the map.
Yeah. So,
That's true.
all right, Jace, that leaves you, my friend.
Yeah. What I would recommend. Something I would
you got a
recommend.
book or movie or show or anything.
Well, I did binge the whole Jupiter's Legacy.
Oh yeah, I see that on Netflix.
Yeah, it is a little woke at some points, but it doesn't feel that forced in the show where it takes place on some of the parts. But if you just see through that and understand the story, I would actually recommend the series. It's Mark Miller. It's a Mark Miller show. You see it's Mark Miller. And you know how he loves, who plot twists.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that in the show. It is, I like it. I do really recommend it.
Awesome.
And thank you for having me on, man. I love being here, and I hope that I will get to join another time, man.
Oh, absolutely. We will have you back. I mean, anybody who's willing to stay awake until the sun comes up.
Oh yeah, man.
Look,
It's
I'm not
like,
even willing to do that, and it's my channel.
It's 4:26 here.
Oof.
Good God.
Yeah, everybody do your thing and go to sleep.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. It was nice to meet all of you guys again.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, great to have you back.
Absolutely.
And I already put your channel in the show notes, so people subscribe to Jace's channel. Let's get him over 100 subs this week. If you don't, we're gonna send Jude to your house. He's gonna come hunt
With
you.
the raccoon.
The raccoon.
With the
I'm bringing
raccoon.
the raccoon.
With the raccoon. Oh, you know what? I have one last thing. I'm sorry. I'll save it for next time. It's a funny Chris Rock bit. I'll save it for next time.
Yeah, save it.
You know what? I'll save it.
Save it.
You want me to save it?
You should save it.
Save it, man.
Okay, I'll save it.
Maybe you should save it.
You could save it.
You know what, Stacy? I was thinking that's a great idea. I think
Or
I'll
you could save it.
Or you can save
Stacy's
it.
good, but you could save it.
I think I will. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save it.
All right.
That's a good idea.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea, man.
Thanks, man. All right.
Get a good
Oh, I
sleep.
gotta do this stupid housekeeping. Please subscribe. Find us on the socials.
You know what to do.
Email us. You know what to do. I gotta get some sleep.
All right.
All
In
right,
that
gang.
case,
Good to see you all. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Pete.
Assad people.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
Koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given. Koala, koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given. Koala, koalas in the rain, koalas in the rain, no fucks given. Koala.
If you like this video,